Hello, everyone. Martin is here, and he's a bit late because he's out. Linda is here. Guy, my rabbit is such a good girl. She went to the vet yesterday and she handled it so well. Oh, that's amazing, Linda. He's gonna say you were first, at least. Welcome, Drac. Hello, Draculum. Respect animals and Tootloop. Jason got Salad Faux Girl. Hello. I'm here. Whew, I had a lot of shit to carry. I still have all of the stuff is over here. I haven't put the signs yet. I'm gonna put the signs now. We're gonna be doing a social experiment. We're gonna be having conversations with people. The weather's relatively decent. It's gonna rain a little bit midway, but that's gonna be okay because we don't mind a little bit of rain. Need the rain nor snow. Chip, I can see and hear you. Appreciate you, Jason, for confirming. You are early. I am early, yeah. I have a hard stop at 3 p.m., which is in exactly 2 hours, because we're gonna go do a protest afterwards. So I am early, yeah. You guys are... Hi. And then we're gonna be doing a protest, which I'm also gonna be streaming, but in a different stream. So it's gonna be a full day. And we also got a little music here. Huh? How you doing, Linda? How is life? Had a couple of weird days, to be honest. I very much lack structure in my life right now. Well, I mean, I guess, I don't know, to any normal person it would seem like I have a lot of structure. But I don't have enough structure to structure my whole time. So I just end up flip-flopping between what I should do. So, yeah, it's a weird combination. It's a weird combination. But either way, let's see how we do how we have some conversations today. Hi guys. Hi. How you doing?
Fine, and you?
Good. You wanna have a conversation with me?
No, I never watched you before.
No, I said, do you wanna have a conversation with me?
Yes.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Okay, fine. Not perfect, but I will try to.
No, can we go a little bit further behind?
Okay,
so
fine.
Nice. What's your name?
Ugo.
Ugu?
Yes.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
What brings you to Amsterdam?
I didn't understand your question. Sorry.
What brings you to Amsterdam?
I'm here with my wife and a friend. We come to make a visit, to know the country, the city, to eat good stuff.
Nice.
The classic tourism.
Nice.
This.
So, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for animals.
Okay, great.
How do you feel about animals?
I love them.
Okay. If you had the opportunity to save an animal right now, would you do it?
Yes.
Like for instance, if somebody's kicking a dog
Yes.
on the street, would you try and stop them? Would you walk on by, do nothing? Or would you join them or maybe pay them to kick them more?
No, I'll do the opposite. I'll defend the animal.
Okay.
I will try to stop the person and maybe call the police.
Okay, but when you're going there to stop them, this person is saying, wait, I'm doing it for exercise.
Okay. No, I will not allow it because it's wrong.
But we need to exercise, right?
Yes.
So why
but
would it be wrong then?
to exercise with kicking animals?
Yeah.
No, this is not great.
But he injected the dog with a serum that the dog doesn't feel pain.
No, it's not great because it's a moral thing that you're doing wrong with the animal.
What if he kills the dog afterwards?
It's even it's even wrong.
What if he kills the dog and kicks them after, so there's no kicking of a live dog?
It's also wrong.
It's wrong?
Yes,
Why is that
very
wrong,
wrong.
though? Because again, he needs to exercise.
Yeah, as you said, you defend animals, and he had a life before,
Yeah.
and you're not respecting the animal before he died. You must respect him when he's alive.
But he
and
says all the
after.
prayers before killing him. He says all the prayers for the animal. He says, you know what? I value your life. I will kill you and use your body as a punching bag afterwards.
It's wrong. Yes. I eat meat, and I think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Not about making prayers for must be accepted by eating this animal, but
Yeah.
I know this is wrong to take a life, and you know it's wrong. It's even wrong. I've already tried to stop eating meat, but
Yeah.
I have grown by eating meat, so it's complicated. But I know that's wrong to take a life, and even if you do some prayers, it's in my concept. I think this is wrong.
Okay. So what's the difference then? If they eat the dog afterwards, is it okay?
No.
No. So then, if instead of a dog, it's a different animal, is there a difference?
No, it's wrong. As I said
Yeah,
before, it's wrong.
yeah.
I got your point.
Yeah. So that is the point I'm trying to make, right? But it's not just about eating meat, right? Because you know, in the dairy production, for example, we also use animals in a very cruel way.
Yes.
In I don't know, in production of leather, like cosmetics,
Even
testing on
testing,
animals.
yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
use animals in a lot of ways that are cruel to them,
Yes.
and there's no need to do it. So do you think that we should then stop doing that?
Yes, I think. But you know, it's a cultural thing that we must work on. We must reduce this consumption of meat, of testing on animals. So we must make an effort to stop it. But you know, as I said, it's a cultural thing. To change those things, it's kind of hard. You must make an effort to change this culture.
To change the culture is hard, but do you think that we, the individuals who are the ones paying for it, we can change?
As population, we. How can I explain that?
Can you and I change?
No, but with.
We cannot change?
Yes, we change. We can change, but we must make an effort on group. Me and you alone, we can't do anything great. You know,
Wait, what do you
we can
mean?
start a thing, but
in the experiment,
alone,
that I just drew out to you, there's only one dog.
yes.
If there's thousands of these occasions happening worldwide, would you then no longer stop the person kicking the dog? Because you would say, well, it doesn't stop all the other thousands of people kicking dogs.
No, I got your point. But yes, if everyone sees that those wrong things and try to stop the person,
But that's
that
not my
does
point.
this-
No, that's not my point.
Okay,
So my
got it.
question is, if you're walking by and you see a person kicking a dog,
Yes.
and when you approach them, they're saying, but there's thousands of people kicking dogs. Would you then say, okay, then go about it, or would you still try to stop them?
It's kind of complicated because when there's a group of people, they can beat you also. If they're kicking an animal or trying to kill an animal, they're probably going to do this.
You're
with
misunderstanding me. No, so I'm not saying that there's a thousands people kicking the dog right there.
Okay, got it.
There's around the world, there's just thousands of people kicking dogs.
Yes.
Right? So if you stop this one person from kicking a dog, it won't stop the other 1,000 people from kicking dogs.
Okay, I got it.
So should you still stop this person from kicking a dog?
Probably because it's going to be a good example and others can follow your example. Try to
What if
stop
you
the
know
other
for a
people.
fact that nobody will follow?
I will do the same. We'll try to protect the animal because it's a personal thing. I think that's the right thing to do to protect the animal.
But why is that the right thing to do? It's just one and it won't stop the injustice. So why would
Yes,
is that
I
the
got
right
it.
thing?
As I said, this is an individual thing. For me, I think this is right because it's alive. We must protect it.
So why don't you approach the same exercise when it comes to consuming animal products? Because it's
Yes.
like, you're right, you won't change the system. Millions of people will still do it. But you'll
you can
change.
make your part. Yes.
You can make your part for a couple of animals, right?
Yes.
So if those one or two animals will no longer go into a slaughterhouse for you, you're already saving some lives.
Yes, we can start by ourselves. Yes, I
Yeah.
got what you said.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if we change the system is my point. So do you think that, do you think you have an obligation then to stop doing this to animals? Stop supporting the exploitation and slaughter of animals?
Can you reformulate the question? The
Sure,
question?
sure. So far we've established that you understand the issue, right? You've
Yes.
established the responsibility you have. In
Yes,
the
I
issue.
got it.
So now I want you to understand the urgency of it, right? So the urgency means that if you're going to continue after this conversation and just going to go and buy animal products, you're essentially going to be the person who's kicking the dog, right? You're just going to be paying for somebody to kick the dog. You're going to be putting money in their pocket and say, kick the dog because I get something out of it,
Yes,
right?
I got it.
So do you think that it's important because, let's say you stop tomorrow and today you still consume animal products. If you do that, today, some animals, you will demand their exploitation and killing, right? Do you
Yes.
think it's fair towards those animals?
No, it's not fair. But my question is, how can we, as individuals and as a group, can make an effort to stop this? If it's making live at YouTube, okay, that's great.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we must do our part. That is the individual thing, as I said.
I love that you asked this question. Yeah, you're right. So the first thing we got to do, you're right, is our responsibility, right, is no longer pay for this injustice to happen. And then, yeah, obviously we can fight against this injustice by either joining organizations that help this, right, there's organizations who do this, or by speaking to people about it, convincing other people, you know. Sometimes just conversations can get people thinking and get people changing, right?
Yes, and the people that are seeing,
Exactly.
they can make a point, they can comprehend the situation and try to make them themselves this protection.
Exactly. So that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm going to ask you this one last hard question. It's a hard one, okay? So how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on?
I said zero. I would say zero.
I appreciate you saying that. So that would mean going vegan, right? Just to be clear. I'll give you, let's do this so that you don't feel bogged down or anything. There's a thing here called the most important speech you'll ever hear. It's a video.
Okay, fine.
Can you give that a watch?
Yes, fine.
And
Yes.
until you watch it, how about you don't consume any animal products until you watch that video? Do you think you can do that?
Okay, got it. Got your question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much,
fine,
man.
thank you. Have
You
a
have
good
also
day.
my YouTube channel if you want to hear the
Okay,
conversation
fine.
back.
Have a good day.
Thank you for being
Bye.
open-minded. Have a good one. Cheers. Gotta adjust the camera a little bit. Hello, everyone. It's already starting to rain. Great. Let me check bound alarm. We're going to be having a little bit of rain now, right now. Just make sure that everything is covered.
What's your name on TikTok?
It's not on TikTok, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. What's the name?
That chip guy.
What?
That chip guy.
Thank you.
It's like this.
Okay, thank you.
Remember to hit that like, everyone. We're gonna be having some more conversations. This guy is such a puff. I don't know what to say, bro. This guy was pretty open-minded, huh? We had a good conversation. You wanna have a conversation? Yeah, so we don't know how the rain is gonna be. It could be okay, it could be shitty. We'll see. Yeah, hey DJ Ara. Hello Jason Gutt. McLovin. McLovin says cute man. Yeah, why not? There's an intense smell of weed just going on now. I guess some people are smoking weed somewhere over here. This is the weather today, huh? This is the weather has been throughout all the days. It's just been bamboozling me. Oh, look at that, it's gonna rain. Oh, look at that, it's just a little bit of rain. And all of a sudden it's pouring or some shit. I hope it's not gonna be the case though. Dislike people pushing their crap on others? Completely agree. Imagine thinking it's okay to push animals into slaughterhouses. Imagine thinking it's okay to cut the throats of others simply because you benefit from it. Yeah, that's such a weird ideology to push onto others. You're right about that. I'm totally against this idea. That's why I fight for justice, you know? It's unfair to push your, I don't know, oppressive ideology onto others. Next up, snowish. Really sunny here in Bristol but our outreach was cancelled. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Convince me to eat 2 steaks and McDonald's today. Well, if that convinces you to put your health at risk, it just sounds like you're triggered. If you seeing me fight for animal rights convinces you to oppress more animals at the detriment of your own health, that must mean you're pretty triggered, huh? You got to be really triggered to say, you know what? I hate animals so much and myself that I'm gonna disregard my health, all to make the life of a couple of animals a little bit shittier. Imagine that. Imagine that. People starving and your privilege gives you the choice to be vegan. Well, Michael, thank you for bringing that up to my attention, because in reality, a lot of people are starving because the land that we're using to grow food, we're growing food to feed animals for, countries like the country where I live in. So sadly, if you believe that, if you don't want people to starve, if you actually do believe in human rights and equality for humans and everyone should have access to food, then you should already be on a plant-based diet, because we could feed a lot more people, we could use a lot less land, and in that process, we know we could be removing one incredibly large form of oppression from our system, which would in turn have huge benefits for humanity. But that's okay, Michael, you see? This is what you think, Michael, you see? Now you are agreeing with me. Now you're saying a perfect world, and now you're saying never happened. Because now you acknowledge that what you said initially was wrong, that veganism is a privilege movement. No, it is not. It's just a rights-based movement. Now you're acknowledging that it is wrong, and now you're saying maybe in a perfect world. Sure, maybe in a perfect world everyone would stop the oppression. I agree with you on that one. It's just that shouldn't stop you from not being an oppressor, right? Like we live in a world where oppression is happening still to this day. Women are oppressed in certain countries. Gay people are oppressed, including in Western countries. Doesn't mean you yourself should commit the oppression. And this is all that we're saying. Yeah, we understand animals are going to continue being oppressed even if you stop oppressing them. But that doesn't mean you should participate in it, number one. And number two, it will make a difference to some animals. It just won't make a difference to the system, one person. But then again, if we have this mentality that it won't make a difference, then we'll never be able to actually change anything, will we? We'll always just be stuck in this idea. So, no. Okay, it's starting to rain. Let me see. Rain is good. I don't practice cancel culture. I'm a grown-up, says Michael. Okay, well, there we go. We said either rain or snow, and now we're getting hail. Welcome to spring in the Netherlands, everyone. This is what you're getting. Rain, hail, all of it. Remove my sunglasses, sorry. There's no need for them anymore. Stay safe. Yeah, I'm trying to.
But it is just a lot of people think that the duck is wild.
Us meat eaters need you to stop trying to change what is natural order. Well, first of all, there's no natural order to what we do. We bring into existence sentient beings, we use them, and then we slaughter them. And if you're so interested or invested in appeasing to natural order, then I would assume that you're interested in appeasing also to this idea that because you have power, you should also exercise your power above everyone. Because in the nature, it's not about different species. There's no such thing as a species delimitation in nature. Obviously, we put organisms into species, into categories. We categorize them, but a lion would easily kill another lion that they think and somehow have an issue with, right? So you could easily say that then if you want the natural order to continue, that you should be in favor of killing humans that possess any form of threat to you. Yeah, don't. Appeal to nature is really one of the worst fallacies you can make, because it's completely unscientific, and it's just it's an instinctive argument more than anything. It's like this instinct to believe that, oh, if it's natural somehow it's good or it's better. It is not. It's just an appeal to nature. You guys want to have a conversation?
Okay, we can talk to you.
Okay. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Sorry?
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
If I'm sorry, can you
Are you
repeat?
okay being live on YouTube?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
And
Second.
what is this about?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah. You want to come here so that you interview?
Yes.
Do you want to do it?
No, no? Okay.
What's your name?
Marco,
Marco. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Marco?
Portugal.
Portugal. So Marco, I'm gonna propose this experiment. You're walking down the street and there's a person kicking a dog. I'm an animal rights activist. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
So there's a person kicking a dog. What do? Do you want to stop them? Do you think I want to stop them? Do you think I'll just walk on by, do nothing, or do you go out there and join them? Let's kick them together.
Join them, not at all, for sure. I'm putting myself in that situation. I don't know. I would be shocked with that, but I'm not sure if I would do something to avoid it. I don't know. Probably I would see it, be shocked, and
Well,
probably
the question is,
Mhm.
if there was no danger to you, right? Like if there was no danger for you and you could just stop them, would you try to stop them?
I would hang like this and
So you try to stop them?
Yes.
Okay. But what if when you're going out there to try and stop them, this person is telling you, wait, this is for my exercise. I need to exercise. The dog doesn't feel pain because
Okay.
I injected them with a serum and they're going to die peacefully soon. So they're not going to have any trauma also afterwards.
okay, but that's not neither a way of treating well the other, not respecting, and even if the dog wanted, if it was possible, it's not respectful for the others. Also, it's not a good image that you can pass to the others, a good message. So, I would not accept it.
Okay.
Or, no.
Because other dogs see it or because other humans see it? Is that it?
That's what I'm telling. Even if it doesn't hurt and the dog would want it, so in an extreme situation, I would say that it would not be okay to do that. But even if the dog doesn't.
The dog doesn't want it, obviously, right? Like the
Okay,
dog is
so
just
for
into-
sure he's a being, so
Yeah.
it has rights and it shouldn't be treated like that.
What if this person says, "Hey, this is part of my culture. There's thousands of people around the world who do this.
Yes.
Today is the day where we kick a dog, we kick them, and then
Yes.
we exercise in that way."
Yes.
Would you then try to stop them, or would you say, "Hey, if it's your
yes.
culture, just go ahead and kick"?
I know that in Portugal we have also some kind of things like that, like tourada, and it's not fair. It's not fair. If I'm stopping it because it's culture, because all of that, but I'm not making anything to stop. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not going there. So well, I
Okay.
think it's not fair. Yes.
But why would it be unfair? Because we need to exercise, right? So he's just exercising. Why would that be unfair?
Okay, you can exercise in different ways
Okay.
to respect the others.
So because we have alternatives to exercising.
Tomorrow I will do the marathon, and
Ah.
it's respectful for everybody.
Okay. Are you actually going to do our marathon?
yes.
Ah, nice,
In
nice.
Amstelveen, yes.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, okay, do you think it would make a difference if the person would afterwards eat the dog?
If it makes a difference, no, I
No.
don't think so.
Is the fairness still the same? Would it still be unfair?
It will still be unfair. Yes, in we have that in Portugal, so people will eat o touro, the ball afterwards, and I still think it's not fair. So it's not. I also eat meat, of course. Well, I eat meat. It's something that I think it's natural. So it's there on the.
So is that,
but
right? Like, so is this person kicking a dog? It's natural.
I don't think so.
Violence
Animals.
is very natural.
Violence is natural, used to protect something or to protect us or the other from something or
Not necessarily.
to eat an animal,
Not
for
even
example, just for okay.
In nature, for example, if you've ever seen a cat, cats will, just for the sake of playing, they will kill other birds. they will kill other beings just for the sake of playing. It's
Yes.
violent and it's not for any necessary reason. I mean, we need to play, we need to do all that, but it's not you. It's pretty trivial, right? Because you can play in other ways. So,
Yes.
what yeah, you're inching right in the direction that I'm going towards, right? Because when it comes to other animals, we seem to think it's okay to kick them, kill them for food, but we have other alternatives.
Not kick them. It's kill them, of course. We need to eat, but make it in
That
a.
doesn't
in
make the
a-
argument better, does it? Because I would assume you would rather get kicked than killed, right?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Would you rather get kicked or killed?
Kicked or killed? Well, put in that way.
Yeah.
If after kicked is not killed, probably kicked. Yes.
Yeah. You know, we see these animals and we think it's okay to kill them because we've done it for so long, but we have alternatives now. How is there any difference between bullfighting, as you've expressed, or a person kicking a dog on the street for exercise? They're all just things you do for something you don't need, right? And they harm an individual in the
Well,
process.
people do it because they need to enjoy themselves. They need to practice to do things and
But does that justify killing an innocent animal for enjoyment?
No, not at all.
Because that's the same as bullfighting, right?
Yes, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
people do it and they assist to it like just for fun. So it's to have some necessity filled, but you have other ways to do it.
Exactly. So do you think that we have responsibility for what happens to these animals?
We have responsibility. Yes, I think we are the dominant.
By we, I mean you and me.
If we have, I think we all have. Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's your responsibility in the matter?
My responsibility is when I choose what I buy, when I choose what I eat.
Yeah.
So I choose to eat meat, but I have to choose how the meat is treated, how the animal is treated. I choose what I wear, so that's the way that I can make a difference.
You're 100% right about all this, but do you think you can be in line with your own values if you choose for an animal to be killed so that you can eat them, even though you can always choose something else?
Well, I think so. We all, well, we are omnivorous. I don't know if it's like this. We speak in English. We could be just vegetarians, but well, I think it's something that is part of ourselves. So I don't think there's if we don't eat too much meat just for the climate change and all that to avoid too much.
But what about the animals? Because again, we can eat something else. We don't longer live in 18th century. Right
Yes.
now we have so many alternatives. We don't need to eat meat or any animal product.
Yes.
And we know that in the production of meat or animal products, animals are, well, mistreated is to say the least. So if you have a problem with them being kicked, they have the knife put to their throat, pigs are sent into gas chambers, cows are forcefully inseminated, their babies are killed, their babies are taken away from them. You could make a reel where I don't think there is any single thing in our human history that we have done to other humans that is comparable to what we do to animals.
Yes, it's true. I agree. That's why I was saying that we need to choose when we eat meat. We have to choose meat that is treated meat, not animals that there are, well, at least have some. I would not say dignity, but that they are killed in a way that is more respectful for the animal.
But that just sounds like coping to me. That just sounds like it
Yes.
just sounds like a little bit like, well, let's do something bad, but in a slightly better way.
Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's part of our nature to eat meat and fish also.
not, no.
And
also, it's not part of our nature to fly, and I'm assuming you flew here. It's not
Yes.
part of our nature to get into this machine that go 120 kilometers per
Yes.
hour, and yet we do that.
we
so.
could put the same thing, and this makes it even harder to know what's right and wrong, because we can think the same way in relation to vegetables.
No, come on. You know for a fact that a plant is not the same as an animal, right? A plant is not an individual. A plant is a
Yes.
plant. We have a reason why we call an individual who loses their consciousness a plant.
Yes,
because
but
they don't
it's-
have
but it's-
consciousness.
Yes, I'm not defending.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking. I thought about this. I still eat meat. Well, I
But do you
know
think that you're doing something wrong by doing that?
I eat not so much meat because of well all of the things, but well,
But if I choose to eat the flesh of a human being, would I be doing something wrong?
in my perspective, yes.
But I would be exercising absolutely all the reasons you are saying that it's okay to kill other animals. It's in my nature. What about plants or whatever else, right? Like, I'm an omnivorous person, so if I choose to kill another person and eat them, why should that be wrong?
Well, we're speaking about rights and I what I'm saying here it's at the same time I don't believe so much in this but it's true we consider human rights differently from the animal rights. If it's fair, I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
Just
but when-
because we are well, it's a very difficult thing to.
But when we created human rights, you see, we specifically created them with a certain thing in mind. We simplified it by calling human rights, so therefore everybody who's human has those rights. But in reality, we simplified it a lot. Because for instance, somebody who is brain dead, we have no problem killing them, and nobody's going to, like, if let's say your parents are brain dead, right? They're in a hospital bed, they're brain dead, there's nobody there. Nobody will say you're a murderer if you pull the plug and let them die in the hospital, right?
Not so well.
The law definitely won't, right?
The
And
philosophical problem behind that, it's very, very difficult. So
it's not really, because they're no longer an individual. That's the thing about it, right? You are an individual because you experience life. If all of a sudden you suffer from a really serious disease of cancer or something, right? And we start replacing every part of your body, right? Like your legs, we start replacing them with an animal's legs. Your arms with animal's arms. With your body with animal's body. And you're just left with this animal body and then your face. But then your face also has this cancer. So we have to replace your face with an animal body, your brain, put all your memories in the brain of an animal. Would you still no longer be the same individual? Would you still no longer be an individual? Would you somehow all of a sudden be deserving of less rights? Would you say you only deserve to be treated nicely, not actually to life, but you only deserve to be treated nicely? We can kill you whenever, but we have to treat you nicely.
Well, this is a very hard thing to discuss in English because it's not my native language. So I would explore it a lot with you in Portuguese. It's very difficult to say all the things that are in my mind now in English. But well, this takes us to things that are very deep, related to what are we. The idea that you're saying, what is me? Is it my body? Is it my mind? Is it what exactly? And what makes me different from the dog, for example?
You can already answer that, right? If you think back of your memories, if you think back of everything that you had throughout your life, was it your body? Was it the things the knowledge you gained? Was it the people, or was it the people, the memories, the experiences, the emotions? What was it that was most important? Like, you know how they say that when you die, your life flashes in front of your eyes, the best moments of it. What do you think will be for you? Will it be that work you did, that book, that intelligent book that made you think, or will it be, the moments you spent with your family, the emotions that had towards you?
It depends on the values of each person.
Yeah.
For me, it would be definitely for things that I've made and I've passed with my families, or those that I really love.
Yeah.
But it depends on the values of each other. Probably for some like this here, the art they created, there's a saying over there.
Yeah, because it
that's,
impacted us somehow emotionally. And the reality is, all these animals have these same experiences. They have the same thing. If their life ends, they think the same way. The individuals that they felt love with, maybe some things that struck them, they see like a ball and they're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? I don't know what the ball is, Like, animals are very much the same way as we are. They're just not as smart as us. And somehow we think because they're not as smart as us, somehow we have the right to kill them and use them. But in no way for us. Like, intelligence matters in the way we communicate and conduct our life, but it's not the one thing that, intelligence is just a tool to us. It's not the thing that matters to us in life, right? Like, if you had to lose one thing, your intelligence or your experience of life, like this
Yeah,
whole
the
experience.
emotion and all
Yeah.
that.
What would you want to lose?
Well, it's very hard to say that, because even if you have the emotion, you don't have the memory to
No, you can still have memories. Memories are not tied to intelligence, right? Like, there's intellectually challenged human beings who still have memories, right? That's not.
Okay. Well, yeah. Reasoning it's different from memories, but it's all interconnected, and it's very difficult to divide all all those.
It is,
parts.
but philosophically we can understand this idea, right? That the things that matter to us are our emotions and the experiences we have in life. So if this matters to us, then surely we should respect out of everyone, right? The reason why we give humans rights is because we acknowledge that they have the same things as we do. These experiences of life, they want to continue experiencing life. I wouldn't harm you, not because you're born of a certain species. I don't even know if you're human, right? Like, I haven't done a DNA test to know if you're human. I just assume by the way you look.
I'm not.
I just assume by the way that you look that you might have the same experience of life that I do. And now we know scientifically that animals have the same experiences of life that we do. They feel love, they feel anxiety, they feel all of this. So how can we turn around and say, yeah, but my experience matters more? And not just that, but my 10 minutes experience of a meal that I can get in any other way matters more than your whole existence. So I will cut your throat. Whatever you felt like you wanted to do tomorrow or 2 months from now, it's all gone because I wanted to experience 10 minutes of your flesh.
Yes. What I think, it's this idea of what it's normal in life. So it's normal that the lion hits the, how do you say, gazelle, or
Yeah, gazelle.
gazelle, yes, and it eats because it's part of the cycle.
But they do it
So-
out of necessity. We don't do
Yes,
it out of necessity.
that's what I'm saying. I defend that we can do it on necessity. We need to eat, and it's part of our.
We don't need to eat gazelles. We don't need to eat animals,
Okay.
right? Like, if a lion had options and the lion knew of the options, and I could talk to a lion, I would tell the lion the same thing I'm telling you: stop doing it. I don't care what's natural. Nature is not. We as humans, we don't look at nature to make our society work. We look at
Yes.
logic.
Probably, if everybody would stop killing animals, then you would disrupt all the cycle, and probably you would have also a very impact. I don't have any idea which one, but probably not so good, of disrupting all the cycle. So I think that the cycle, it's this
There's no
idea
cycle.
of living, of burning. Getting burned and living and dying, and by this you have to eat and continue the cycle.
But this has
So
nothing
it's
to do with
part-
what we do to animals, because we bring animals into existence. We use them. We grow them for 6 months or a year, which is a very small life anyway, and then we kill them. So it's not like there's nothing to do with nature or anything happening in nature. We just say, I'm going to bring into existence a being who feels. It's the same as if you choose to kill or eat your daughter before she even gains consciousness. Like, imagine, well no, because animals are conscious, so before she becomes intelligent enough to know what's happening to her, right? So if you grow a baby, you let them, you don't teach them anything, and for a year or two they become, like, we've seen humans who have lived alongside animals and they don't have that neurodevelopmental pathway developed. So they don't develop that, then at the age of 3 or 4, you choosing to kill them and eat them would be the same as you choosing to kill and eat an animal. It's exactly the same. They're still an individual.
We are part of nature as well.
But that doesn't mean anything, because it doesn't mean anything because in nature, what happens in nature is that in nature there's rape. In nature there's
Don't you
infanticide.
think that we are part of nature as well?
Where
Like, the
depends on what you mean
humans
by
are part
nature.
of
Depends on what you
nature?
mean by nature, right? Because,
What do you mean by nature?
well, if you mean like the natural world, everything is part of nature, right? Like, if you
Okay.
mean natural world as the universe, yeah, everything is part
So
of the universe.
what's the nature that you were talking about?
If you mean like the natural cycles, like the trophic chain or anything like that, no, we're not part of that. No,
We are not?
no, because if we were to be part of the trophic chain, we would be killed right now. Because on the trophic chain,
Okay.
we're not on top; we're somewhere in the middle.
And,
But nobody gets killed
do
by
you
animals
think
anymore.
every animal is killed by another animal to eat?
No,
Okay, so you're saying that there are animals who kill but are not killed to eat, right?
no, there are animals who don't kill and are not killed. There are animals who kill and are killed. There are animals who don't kill and are killed.
Okay, so we are not the only species that kills without being killed to eat,
But
right?
what does that have to do with our moral
I'm
response?
just asking.
Yeah.
You agree with me, right?
Yeah. So what does that have to do with the argument?
There's another species that do the same as we do, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, no,
so
no other
there's-
species does what we do. Because again, we bring into existence animals.
Okay,
We
but-
force them into gas chambers. There's no slaughterhouses or gas chambers in nature. What we do to animals is like, even if we did it the natural way, I would still have a problem with it. Just to be clear. But what we actually do to animals has nothing to do with nature. Gas chambers are not natural. No. But go
Okay,
on.
I don't agree with gas chambers. We're not talking about that.
Well,
We're not
pigs are
talking
put in gas
about-
chambers. So if you're buying bacon or pig stuff, you do agree with gas chambers because you pay for them to continue.
Well, the pig isn't killed by a gas chamber.
What do you think the gas chamber does?
The pig isn't killed by the gas chamber.
What do you think the gas
pig,
chamber does?
It cooked the pig. But
No, the gas chamber. So the pigs are they're put 6 pigs into a gas chamber. There's like a rotation. You can watch it online. You don't have to believe me. There's a cage. And they put this cage into a CO2 gas chamber. Of all the things, not even a good
Do
gas.
you-
A CO2 gas chamber that they go
Do
down.
you know that there's another way to kill animals to
I
the
don't think-
purpose of
yes.
eating?
But even
Do you
what I
agree
just
with me?
expressed. So there are other ways, but I just expressed. No matter how you spin it, there is no right way to kill a dog if there's no necessity for it. Do you agree with me?
Okay, yes. But do you have a necessity to eat meat?
No.
No, you don't. You
No.
agree that you don't have the necessity, but I agree that we have the necessity.
You
to
don't,
eat
because
meat.
biologically speaking, we're
Yes.
all the same, right? That's the whole thing about it, right?
You have
Wh-
to substitute the meat to be healthy in the same way. So you have to put
I'm a
proteins and all
nutritionist,
this.
so I'm a nutritionist. So you're
Okay.
actually speaking to a person who knows a lot about nutrition. But
Okay.
Yeah.
you don't have to trust anything I say. Like, you can look at empirical data online and everything. We have the largest organizations of nutritionists and dietitians on the planet claiming that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet. But we have also billions of, well, I don't know if billions, but definitely hundreds of millions of people who are already
Okay,
vegans
what's
and
the
don't consume any
substitute
animals.
of meat?
The substitute of meat. So anything you get from meat, what you think you can get from meat, you can get from plants. Absolutely anything.
Okay, which plants?
Any plants. All plants contain all
Any
protein.
plants?
All protein. All plants
so
contain
a
all protein. Yeah.
lettuce contains the same as a piece of meat.
No, we see. Well, that would be strawmanning my argument because I'm not saying that a lettuce contains the same as a meat, right?
Okay,
But
so
obviously,
give me an example.
well, for example, there's such a thing as soy chunks. I'll just give you the best example, okay?
Okay.
Soy chunks, for example, are 50% protein. If you eat, they're 50% protein. They're 4 times cheaper. They're
Okay.
available everywhere.
I have another
They have a
question.
high durability in shelf life. Let me finish. And the good thing about it is that they're not high in saturated fat, so they won't affect your heart disease. So they're actually healthier in that regard with meat than meat.
Okay.
And they don't have any cholesterol, so they won't raise your cholesterol. So they're also better for that in that regard. And you're getting a lot of protein. They also have phytoestrogen, which is extremely good for you and your system. So it's monumentally better. Yeah. But,
Does the meat only have protein?
I mean, there are certain micronutrients if you regard those, but all those micronutrients can be easily be gotten from other sources. Because the only thing that red meat has is
We're not talking
heme
only
iron.
about red meat, right? We are talking about every kind of meat.
Oh, okay. Then no. Then any other type of meat has nothing that you can't get from plants. No.
Okay. So there are some kinds of meats that we can substitute, right? Is that what you are saying?
No. There's such a thing as heme iron. Heme iron cannot be found in plants because heme iron is synthesized by bodies.
Okay.
Our body also synthesizes it. So what happens is that the only problem with heme iron is that because when it enters your body, it may be problematic. In fact, we're seeing more and more studies nowadays showing that heme iron actually does increase your risk of cancer. On top of red meat having I forgot the alpha 9 gene or something that increases your cancer risk also. So there's no
I think
like when we claim a food is healthy, it's an extremely complex situation and it depends on the situation or anything,
I
right?
think
To
the
make a
word
bold
that
statement of saying
we-
that meat in general is healthy or meat in general is unhealthy would be a completely unscientific basis. I'm not making the claim that meat is healthy or meat is unhealthy. What I'm making the claim is that you yourself as an individual, if you perform a decent diet by looking at what you eat, just like you should when you eat animal products, if you're going to be doing that and you're going to be consuming only plants, you're going to be fulfilling absolutely all your micronutrient requirements, including your macronutrient requirements.
Okay, I think the key word here, and we are not going to reach an agreement because this is a long life discussion, but the word that I end up like the conversation here is balance, because I agree with you,
hold
and
this for a
I know
second.
you don't agree with me with everything I say, but if you get balance,
Open this and tell me which part of it is balanced to you.
but this is not everything. Do you
Just
know
tell me which part of
that-
it is balanced to you.
Do you know this is not everything, right?
Which part of this is balanced to you?
You know this is not everything.
So I would say balance for me means
is
balance means
like
considering
cases.
all the individuals when I do something, right? For example, right? I have a necessity. Let's imagine, just hypothetically speaking, that I have a certain necessity that I can fulfill by harming a human being. For me, it may seem balanced if I choose to harm that human being. You know, for me, it may very easily seem balanced because on my side, I have a necessity and I choose to do it by harming a human being. But it's not balanced because I harm an individual in the process. It's the same way with any other animal. They're individuals. They're individuals who think, who have emotions. So if we choose to say, well, it's balanced for me to kill you, it's not really, because you're taking the whole individual out of the situation. It's not a balanced situation. And on top of that, you're not doing good for the animals, you're not doing good for the planet, and you're not doing good for humans also. Because humans, the people who have to kill those animals, a lot of the time suffer from PTSD. A lot of the times they go home and they beat their wives and stuff like that. They're coming from marginalized communities, so slaughterhouses are taking advantages of them. Like, nobody wins in this situation. Nobody. The only people who are winning are the big corporations who are selling you this
I
nonsense that
have
you have to do it.
Another question. When do you came from?
I'm originally from Romania.
From where?
From Romania.
Okay.
Romania.
So you have one perspective. We have another perspective.
Oh no, I had your perspective. I'm just trying to explain to you that logically speaking, your perspective is either illogical
What you showed
or
me in
not
that
logically
book,
consistent.
It doesn't.
Would you eat dogs? Let's put it this way. Would you
It
eat dogs?
doesn't show everything. It shows one reality. It doesn't show every reality.
Explain to me how killing an innocent dog to eat them today is justified.
We need to eat meat.
No,
I
we
know you think we have.
You can pull up your
substitutes
phone and look it up.
I know
You don't
we
have to trust me on this
substitutes,
one.
But those substitutes are going to kill another thing, other things. So, like, look at what's happening in Amazon.
That's
You
because
have
of animal
to-
agriculture.
You have to. How many kilometers of land do you have to divide?
Between 3 to 8
kill-
times more for animal agriculture.
Wait, for avocados. You know
So
how
let me
many?
explain. Yeah. So let me explain. First of all, avocado is a very common argument against veganism, but let me explain very simply. It takes between 3 to 8 times more land to produce 1 gram of animal protein versus 1 gram of plant protein. So it doesn't really matter where that plant protein is coming from, right? I'm not saying growing avocados all of a sudden good. No, if you have a problem with growing avocados, just don't eat avocados. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. So
But that's not. I'm not
word is
advocating for you to eat
balance.
avocados. I'm advocating for you to no longer cut the throats of animals. What you saw in this book is in no way balanced. You look through
But
it and you
they
try
are
to be
not
not affected
always
by any
killed
of it.
by
But you can't possibly tell me that any of this is balance.
But
This is not
that-
balance.
That doesn't happen.
This is what you pay for.
Most of the ways that we
It's
eat.
not the way that.
This is 98% of animals end up in slaughterhouses. 98 to 99%.
We have
Most of the
rules for
law,
that
yeah.
exactly to
This is
prevent
exactly
that
it.
from happening. So that's not black and white. You can turn
So
this
let's just put it
argument
this
into
way.
black
Okay,
and white
so
and
I'm not
tell
gonna
us that
debate
we
this
are
with you.
wrong because we choose to eat animals. That's not right.
I'm not going to debate this with you, but I'm just put it this way. If you find out, I'll put you two things. One, if you find out that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, and if you find out that animals are treated the way that I showed you, would you then say that you have
Some.
to be vegan?
Some of the animals are treated that way, which we
The
don't
animals that
agree.
you pay for, if you find out that the products that you pay for send animals to be treated in this manner, and that you don't need to do this, would you then be vegan?
Do you know that the meat that we eat is not killed that way?
Okay, but
At
what,
least
as
in
I just said,
Portugal. At least in
if
Portugal,
I,
because
as
you
I,
have- you
I
have
actually have been
Portugal.
recently to Portugal to a slaughterhouse, so that's not true. But like, I've just said if you find out that what I'm saying is true, that the animals are treated this way, the animals are killed in slaughterhouses in the way that you see, and that you have other alternatives, you don't need to do this. Are you
Exactly.
gonna stop
I have
paying for
another
this?
Place, and other places with the same elements, food choices that I want to treat it in the different way.
So you have no problem with killing dogs, right?
Not killing dogs. I'm not talking about one species in specific, and I'm not because killing dogs is not for the purpose of eating.
Yeah, you can kill dogs to eat them. Yeah.
Okay, I don't eat dogs, so
Why
I
not?
won't, because it's not a meat that I would enjoy.
Oh, so but if the meat, if somebody told you that the dog's meat would be 3 times better, more tastier, you would kill dogs?
It depends. I never tried. So I would be open to try, as I would be open to try frog, as I would
Humans.
be open to try
Humans?
insects. I would
Humans?
be open.
What if somebody told you that the human meat tastes not only 3 times better, 5 times better, and you get an orgasm? Every time you eat it, you get an orgasm. It doesn't just taste better, but your whole body trembles in pleasure.
Have you heard how many ifs you said?
The reason why I put this all statements, these hypotheticals, is because what you're
It's
doing right
too
now,
hypothetical.
you're going down this route where you're putting your own pleasure above the oppression of sentient beings.
It's
This is
not
what
about
we've did.
pleasure.
This is what you just said, that it tastes good. What do you mean? That's pleasure.
I sometimes eat chicken that it's not. I don't. It doesn't taste as good as something else, or it doesn't
It's so fucked up
taste as
also.
good as
Why not just eat
risotto.
tofu? Why not eat tofu?
It doesn't have to do with the. I've told you this. It's about balance. It's about.
For you,
it's
but
not
what about the
black
animals?
and
Can you speak for
white.
the animals a little bit? What about the animals? The animals get exploited and slaughtered for you. Like imagine, like what would be a good way to kill you when there's no necessity for it?
Well, now I'm quite hungry actually, and we are here on vacation.
Just
So we are going
for the
to
love of God,
Please
don't do this
end
to
up
animals,
our
okay?
conversation here.
Don't
Thank
do
you
this
for-
to animals. Don't
Thank
do
you
this to
for
animals.
our.
They all
for our
deserve to live
conversation.
equally, okay?
It was
Don't put
very
animals in this
helpful.
position.
We'll next time.
If
think
you buy
about
an animal
that,
product, this is what you're going to be paying for.
And I would like you to think about what we said. Okay.
Bro, I've been an animal eater for 35 years. I know exactly what you said. I've been thinking about it for 5 years before I stopped. Well, no, I thought about it long before that. But this is why I'm having these conversations with people, because the minute the click happens, we call it the click, the minute you realize what it is that you're paying for, you're going to start regretting the choices that you've made. Because that's what I did. I regret the fact that I put thousands of animals in slaughterhouses. You're an animal, I'm an animal. Putting anybody into a slaughterhouse simply for pleasure or because our ego is hurt or because one person on the street proves us wrong doesn't mean anything. It just makes us a shitty person if we do that.
Well,
Just choose to no longer do that to animals. I'm not going to shake your hand because you choose to continue consuming animal products, but I
okay,
hope you do
so
better in the future,
goodbye.
okay?
At
Have
least we
a
can
nice
shake
lunch.
hands because we contributed to your.
I hope you choose to do
cause
better in the
and-
future, okay? I'm going to give you a
Okay.
card, okay? I'm going to give you a
Thank you.
card. There's a
No,
card.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Wow. It's a rare situation when the older person is more open-minded than the younger person. But yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. Hey Martin, yeah, horrible people. I wouldn't shake their hand either. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna shake your hand. There's that passive aggressiveness. Yeah, I completely agree. She was very passive aggressive. She was very, very passive aggressive. Let's not shit on these people so much, okay? I think they just hit a big wall. That's the thing that happened, right? In this whole conversation, they just hit a big wall where they realized that I might be proven wrong right now online in front of people. And it's very difficult for some people to put their ego down, Some people are so insecure about that. So let's not be dicks to them. I don't think they were necessarily bad people. I think they just were insecure. What's going on? Hey, Emily. Well, what we're doing is we're holding a sign that says I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. And we're inviting people to have conversations with us about the ethics, about animals, and, about what makes it moral to unalive sentient beings. Do you have the kiss? I don't know what that is. Still seed planted. We can just hope one day it sprouts. I don't know. I don't know about that because I think she was not. I think she was not acting rational. I don't think she was in any way in her whole mental capacity because as she said, she was hangry. So, I don't know, not with her. Maybe with him, but not with her. I don't think so. Yeah, we will always get these people in the chat saying cows are so tasty and stuff like that. And all these people will also be the people who are too afraid to actually watch the video that Martin just put right now that I'm gonna pin. So if you're like this big manly man and think it's okay to oppress others because they're smaller than us, they're not as intelligent than us, I have power over them, the only way for me to feel like a big man is if I oppress somebody small, then maybe go watch that video, and after you watch that video and you're actually honest with yourself, maybe see if that's really who you want to be. Because at the end of the day, I don't know who you are. I cannot police you. You may have a high ego towards me because you see me online or something, but I don't see you, so you could be doing whatever it is that you're doing. But I hope you're just honest with yourself and actually ask yourself if you want to be the person who's supporting animal violence, animal oppression, and all this, I don't know, abuse, because you can easily call it abuse. So if you don't want to be that person and you want to be honest with yourself, you might need to put your ego down a little bit and find the solutions, because you can. But I'm just saying, there's no need to oppress them. That's the one thing that I try to make it clear with my streams. Some people do eat dogs. Yeah, some people do eat dogs, indeed. Some people do. In fact, there's places where dogs are being bred into existence only so that people cut their throats and fry them. You have sex with animals, that's why you don't want us to eat them? No, I don't. I respect the rights of animals. I wouldn't want you to eat babies also. Doesn't mean that I have sex with them. What the fuck is wrong with you? You want to have a conversation? It's about animals.
About what?
Animals. You don't need to know anything, it's just conversation. Can you have pets? I can have whatever I want, bro. I can literally have whatever I want. I just choose to not oppress others. When it comes to pets, it's a little bit more complicated, but if you want, I'll explain it to you. It's simple. Don't support breeders, adopt, don't shop. Simple. Because the whole point is not bringing into existence animals so that for your own companionship or whatever, for your own pleasure, but rather, Oh, we might have a couple of small kids to talk to. Let's see, that's going to be interesting.
I have to say that is definitely
Hi, do you want to have a conversation?
Yeah, can she join?
Yeah, sure, but it's
Yeah?
going to be in English. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And I am live on YouTube. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Ja. Meneer? En dan mama gaat vertalen.
Okay.
Ja?
What's your name on YouTube?
I'm Jasmine. This is Fleur.
Hi, Fleur.
Geef me een handje.
Nice to meet you, Fleur.
This is Julian.
Hi, Julian. Nice to meet you. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for animals.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys? Well, how do you feel about animals? Do you like animals?
We love animals, toch? We vinden dieren helemaal geweldig, toch?
Yes.
Yes, we love animals.
We love animals.
Yeah,
That's
we have a few in our garden.
Yeah, what
We
animals
hebben
do
een
you
aantal dieren in de tuin, toch? En wat hebben we in de tuin?
Cat.
Ja, een cat. En de? Wat ruimt op cat? Rat. We've got a really big rat in the garden as well.
have? Oh, interesting.
And
Yeah.
a few rabbits.
So-
And frogs.
Yeah. So I'm here to draw attention to this idea that,
Yeah.
and I'll try to make it kid friendly. Some animals we eat, and some animals we keep as we say they're lovely. We respect, right?
Yeah.
But what's the difference between them, really, that makes it okay to do this to them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Kom eens. Wij eten soms eten wij vlees, hè? Maar we hebben ook dieren in de tuin. Dus wat is dan het verschil tussen als we dieren eten en als we met de dieren willen knuffelen? I think that's a really difficult question for the kids.
This might be very difficult for the kids. Yeah.
I think it's a really difficult question for me.
It's very difficult also for a lot of
Yeah.
adults have it's not just everyone has a difficulty answering
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah.
I would say for me personally, I'll explain it to you. There really is no difference, right? We just said to some animals, this is your role, and then we said to some other animals that this is your role.
Yeah.
But what I'm here to draw attention is that it's pretty unfair that we do that in
Yeah.
a society where we don't need to do any of it to any of them.
Or people.
Or people, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea.
You
Yeah.
get that?
Yeah. Here, here. Yeah.
Let me give you a card because it's difficult to have a conversation with you. I see you're focused on your children, and they're also very all over the place. You have I mean, maybe the most important speech you'll ever hear. You can watch it. It's not
Yeah,
too gruesome,
I'll do
but
that.
you can see what
Yeah.
happens. What happens
Yeah,
there, okay?
perfect. Yeah, yeah. I think we agree. So, yeah, we eat meat rarely.
But even rarely, it's still,
Yeah,
you
it's,
know.
I know.
See what I mean?
You're right.
Watch that video. You'll see what I mean. It's a really
Thanks.
good video.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers. Bye. It's very difficult to have conversations with when there's children involved, you know, because. Hey, Davey, nice to see you here. Foreigners are a pest. Yeah, I would agree with you, but I don't agree with you because that's pretty stupid. Why would somebody be a pest just because they're coming from another country? What? Your mother's vagina? You came out of your mother's vagina out of down that line? You don't. You're a pest. How dare you? Hi, you wanna have a conversation?
Sure,
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
sure.
Okay, love it.
You're Canadian.
You
I am
gotta be here.
Canadian. Over
You
here.
are Canadian, yeah.
I am Canadian.
Okay, love it. I'm Chip.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lori.
Lori, do you live here or what?
No,
brings you
we're
to
just
Amsterdam?
visiting.
You're just visiting. So, Lori, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight
Okay.
for animals. How do you feel about animals?
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah,
So let's imagine, hypothetically speaking, there's somebody right here on the street kicking a dog.
I would not be okay with that.
Would you try to stop them? Would
Yes.
you give them money to continue, or
No,
or-
stop them. Yes, they would be in trouble because
Okay.
that's not okay.
But what if when you go out there and stop them, they tell you that the dog is already dead because they killed them beforehand,
Then we call the police.
and they do it for exercise?
Then we call the police.
That's not acceptable.
That's not okay
But we need to exercise. Why is that wrong?
because it's another life.
Okay.
It's
So-
another life, and the
They
dogs
have a
and
life
animals.
and they have a right,
Yeah.
just like humans.
Yeah.
They're animals.
Okay. What if he tells you at the same time, well, but wait, there's thousands of us doing it. It's a tradition.
Doesn't mean it's right.
No.
No. Okay.
Because there's 1,000 people doing it doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
Okay.
How would he feel if the dog turned around and kicked him
Or bit him.
or
Yeah.
bit him?
Okay.
He'd have the dog put to sleep for
I-
biting him.
I love the energy. But here we go because I'm just gonna ask the next question,
Ask
Okay.
the next question.
and you might turn around and start defending what the person is doing. That's the social experiment.
Okay.
What if it was a pig and not a dog?
It's
No,
the
still
same
not
thing.
okay.
Same
Why
thing.
would you be cruel to something that can't defend itself?
Yes.
What if they ate them afterwards?
That's different.
Was the
That's
pig?
See what I mean? Why is that
That's
different?
No, was the pig
Because-
raised? No, okay, no, just not okay. So pigs that are raised for food are basically kept for food.
Yeah.
So if you're out in a public place kicking
The
a
dog was
pig,
also raised for that reason.
No,
No.
he wasn't. A
A
dog,
dog
is a
is a dog.
domestic animal.
I know.
A pig isn't a domestic
It's
animal.
just like a cat, a
But
domestic
we bring
animal.
them into existence, so it's a pig. So we bring all these
I
animals
don't,
into
just
existence
so
for
we're
our
clear,
purpose.
I don't eat pork anyway because I'd have a pig farm if I could. But
Chicken, cow,
the,
something.
yeah, it is the same thing, and it is the same thing. And I don't believe, in my own personal belief, my own opinion, I don't believe animals should be bred for food. However, again, I'm going against that belief because I do eat chicken.
But why not be vegan?
Exactly, and I much prefer to eat vegetables.
I like meat.
I like meat.
I give
I
I give
don't.
it. I like meat.
I don't.
haven't got a problem with meat, but dogs and cats
Are not meat.
There
are
are
domestic.
pets.
I mean, they're made of meat.
No,
No.
but they're domestic. They,
Have you ever
They're
eaten a
all
cat or a
domestic.
dog?
I
a
respect
pig,
animals now.
A pig
No, I
is
respect-
raised.
So I have never eaten a cat or a dog. It is not a thing.
No.
It is. Those are friends of you.
But
Those
these
are
are
your
all labels.
families.
But these are all labels we can place on other animals also,
Absolutely.
right?
No.
Like
I
you
can't
place
keep a
these
cow in my
labels.
house.
You place these labels. You were taught to place these labels on dogs, but there's nothing specific about them that makes it more labely
I
in that
agree.
matter, right? Like you can place these labels on a pig, and there's people who have pet pigs. You can place this label on a chicken. There's people who have pet chicken.
Absolutely.
And yeah, a cow is too big to keep in a house, but you can still place that label and keep them in your yard. or
I grew up
something.
on a farm. Well, spent summers on a farm, on a chicken farm in Canada.
Yeah.
And we had cows, we had horses, we had whatever. So the chickens were bred specifically for eating, or their
How is
eggs.
that cool? How is that good though? Like
It's
the,
not.
the sentence to begin with, we bring into existence a sentient being, somebody who has emotions and thoughts,
You
only
think
to
a
kill
chicken
them.
has emotions or thoughts?
We know that they do, yeah. we know that they have thoughts and emotions, and we say we're gonna kill them and eat them, even though we don't need to do any of that. We just
Are you
want to bring
vegan?
them. Yeah.
How do we not need that though?
Because we can be healthy without it.
How?
Well, we can eat.
Where do
all
you get your
sorts of
protein?
things. Oh, tofu, tempeh, seitan. There's a lot of
Absolute-
sources for protein.
I'm sorry, I
No,
agree. I agree.
I'm from
I don't
Canada.
agree.
I'm from Alberta, so we are
I'm
very
not
big
agree.
on beef.
I have a friend from there who's a slaughterhouse inspector. You don't
Exactly.
want, but you don't want to hear the stories that he.
No,
told
no, no.
about
I
it.
know. My mom worked in a chicken plant for many, many years, and I know it's not the best. And I think they've definitely changed their procedures on how they terminate the animals. But
Yeah,
I
they
like
keep-
my meat. I like my.
But
I
it's
like
not
my
your
meat.
meat, is it?
I don't. I'm in agreement with
Yeah,
you. I'm
but it's
sorry.
not your meat, right? Just to be clear, it's because if you say I like my meat, would you cut your own leg to eat it?
No, you're
Okay.
correct.
So how is that fair to cut somebody else's leg to eat them?
I
Because you like
disagree.
it, right?
I
Like-
disagree.
Oh yeah, I agree. No, I like it.
I disagree with you. You know, animals, certain animals are bred
For
to feed-
specific reasons.
For specific
But we can
reasons.
breed dogs so that we can use their body as a punching
a
bag.
dog is not.
And do you
no.
know what? I actually agree with you there, and I don't like it when you say that we can breed dogs for the same thing,
No.
because that's what we are doing to other animals. But
do
when
it to
you
dogs
say,
also.
yeah, absolutely, and then when you say it about dogs, my brain goes into
Because
I'd
we're
fucking kill
taught-
someone if they killed my dog.
But we're
Yeah.
taught that dogs and cats
Cats
are
are domestic
animals that
animals.
we keep within our family.
Families.
But
Yeah.
we were taught
That's what we
that,
were
like
taught.
people 100 years ago were taught, well, 200 years ago were taught that black people are not human, that they're animals.
true.
Right? People
But
100
if you
years
go in
ago were taught
Ireland,
that women.
Irish were not.
Yeah, but people 100 years ago were taught that women shouldn't have rights because they don't know any better.
Yes.
Like we were taught all sorts of weird things. We shouldn't just be
So-
complacent to what we're
no,
taught.
that's right.
Yeah,
and
but
how
everybody
long have
has
you been
their
a
own
vegan
opinion.
for?
4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
Everybody
you
has
eat
their own
meat
opinion.
before that?
7 years before I was vegetarian, so it's been a while.
Okay, but did you eat meat prior?
I used to, yeah.
Okay, and then what was your mind change? What was your mindset
What-
that
yeah.
changed?
Well, the reason why I stopped eating meat in particular was because I realized it's very unhealthy. So for me,
It is. It's full of fat. It's full of
One of the
bacteria. It's full
reasons
of all
red
sorts.
meat is increasing your cancer
yeah,
risk. So
yeah, it
it's
stays
not-
in your stomach for a lot longer than white meat. But for me, I'm sorry,
there's some
I
of us
don't.
that
I,
actually
I
need
don't
the-
agree with breeding
The
animals.
protein
food.
and the other things that the
I
animals
think-
provide for us.
But you can
Right.
get it from other sources. Like you can't possibly
I can
believe
take a
that.
pill, 100%. I can
Like-
take a
but-
pill.
Yeah, like you can take a multivitamin and get your
No,
micronutrients.
no, no.
But
I need more than a multivitamin to get my iron to where it needs to be.
Yeah,
it's
and
fine.
I
Like iron, you can always just like get leafy greens and eat them with vitamin
don't get
C,
enough.
and you get.
You don't get enough iron from that though.
I think also it depends
You
on what
get enough
country
iron
you're
from that because I'm a
No.
nutritionist and I can tell you for a fact that you get. And I've spoken to a lot of women and I can understand this idea that women do have a little bit harder time with iron, right?
Yes.
It's very common, but there are solutions to that. This is what I'm saying, and we want to think that this is the only way to do it, but in reality there are several ways to do it. And my whole idea is not to debate people what are the ways to do it, because it depends on each person. What I'm saying is that I'll provide you with resources for that, but do you understand the perspective of the animals? Do you understand what animals go through for it?
But have you ever been on a farm?
I have, yeah. I come from Romania. We have subsistence agriculture. Both my grandparents had farms, yeah.
But everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
This isn't an opinion, right? Like you yourself would agree that if we do it to a dog, it would be wrong. But does a dog feel any different if I put them in a slaughterhouse than a cow?
But a cow is bred to do that. That's
Doesn't
what-
matter. Like if I put them into a slaughterhouse, will
irrelevant.
they feel any
It's
different?
irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. A cow and a pig.
What's your purpose? Why did
is-
your parents bring you into existence?
What do you mean? Why did my
Well,
parents?
right, like your parents could bring you into existence for a purpose. Would that be fair for them to bestow that purpose onto you? It
No,
wouldn't, because you're own individual.
Yeah.
They're also their own individuals. Why all of a sudden, because we have power over them, we say that's your purpose, that's
I
what
just-
you need to do.
Okay, but
there
does a
for you."
cow or a chicken have thought or
Yeah.
well yeah they have thought, but can they speak, what is their existence
humans
other
who
than
can't
being a cow or a
speak.
chicken?
Well, they do play, so they do have the same mechanism of seek as we do. They do learn. They do, what do you call it? They do,
Okay, so they
do
learn in
feel
all these
love,
things.
they have
Right.
emotions.
I want to ask you a question though. What purpose do they have?
Well, what purpose do you have?
I bred children. I have
So wait a minute, are
food
you
in my
saying that the
life,
role
I help
the
people.
purpose of a woman is to breed children?
No. Also, I help
What, so
people
you're
in my
saying a
career.
man can What's it?
No, I'm saying nobody has an extrinsic purpose. Every purpose is intrinsic to each whatever.
But
to
you also
everyone.
go through the whole hierarchy of existence, honestly. Like, man is higher than a dog. Man is higher than a cow. So that is
Depends on how you judge it, right? Man
How are
is
you higher than a cow?
Well,
But that's your opinion.
well, for
That's
example,
what
if
I said.
I judge
Everybody
it,
has their
So
own
if we
opinion.
if I
left the
judge it based
world-
on weight, a cow will always be higher than a man.
No, if we left the
If
world
I judge
to
it
cows,
based on
question.
the digestibility of plants, a cow will always be higher than a man because they digest cellulose. If I it depends on how, right? Like if I judge if I compare a human to a bird, well, a bird can easily fly whenever they want to. A human can't.
Yeah, but
so,
what else can they do?
but that's not the point that I'm trying to make,
I'm
right?
asking the
Because-
question though. You need to answer my questions. I'm
but,
answering
but
yours.
why are we going down this ableist track, right? What can they do? Because we know for a fact that there's human
Because we
beings.
all have
Let me
a
just explain.
position.
There's human beings who can do the same amount of things that a cow can. They're called severely intellectually challenged human beings who have the same level of cognitive abilities as
Wow.
animals.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Have you ever heard of
No,
hydroencephaly?
no.
Have you ever heard of hydroencephaly?
Like in the brain?
Hydroencephaly. So hydroencephaly is a condition where people are born with parts of their brain missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
These people tend to live up until the age of 10 or 11. They can't live any further. But for 10 or 11 years, they're a lot of the times they have the intelligence less of an animal.
I can say yes. I understand that.
So would it be okay to farm these people?
No, because they're human beings.
So that it doesn't matter what they can do. It doesn't matter, right? Because you just said
So
they're
our
human
brain
beings. They
function-
can't do. They do the same as an animal, but all of a sudden,
No,
disagree.
no.
what do you disagree on?
Because those people give you different, how do we put this? Emotional feelings that a cow does not. So a
it's not about how they give you.
a child that is born with disability, you are going to love and care for as you would any other child you have.
Okay, but I'll pose this
But-
hypothetical for you. This person fucking hates their children. They fucking
Then
hate
they
that they were
shouldn't have
born
them.
that way.
They
Okay,
shouldn't have
but they
them.
had them. They have this child. They have hydroencephaly. They fucking hate them. Should they be allowed to farm them?
No.
Why? It's based on emotions, as you just established. Why?
Yes, but we have a brain that functions. We have a brain that will tell you what is right, what is wrong.
Then why is that wrong?
You
That's what
cannot
I'm
have a
asking you.
cow. A cow does not know right from wrong.
Cow does know right
How?
from wrong, first of all. It's just
How?
more rudimentary. But the level of right.
Rudimentary,
Yeah, but
exactly.
let me just explain. The level of right and wrong would be the same as this person with hydroencephaly. They
No.
also know the same amount of right or wrong.
No, so there's a
You
different
see,
connection
you say
between
no without
animals.
any actual argument behind
There's-
it. You just say
I was just,
no.
Oh, you didn't let me finish though. You just interrupt me. So how is that fair?
I don't care about interrupting you. I care
Exactly,
about you
don't
stop
care.
oppressing animals.
You want your thoughts and feelings to be above everybody else's.
No, let me show you what I mean. Because you seem to be thinking that I'll just give you this. Like, open it up and tell me that any of this is okay.
Nou, ik nog, hè?
So you're talking about injured animals.
That's your opinion. We have
What
our
the
own.
fuck is this? My opinion.
This
I'm
does not
sorry,
mean
but this
that-
is not an
okay.
opinion. This is literally images of what happened, what you
agreed.
pay for.
I agree. But that does not mean
Is
everybody
this
is like
good?
that.
Is this okay?
What happened to these pigs before they were hung though?
Who cares? They were hung.
No. What happened to these pigs? Were
Oh,
they,
I see a hunged human from a tree. Wait.
Oh no.
In order for me to know if it's right or wrong,
I'm
what
gonna-
happened to this
no, I'm
person
asking
before
you a
they were
question.
hung?
Were they euthanized ethically, or were
They were put in
bonked over the
gas
head?
chamber.
See,
Pigs are put in
these-
gas chambers.
This is not okay.
They were
Like,
put in
why
the
would you
gas
do that?
chambers. Why would you pay for gas chambers?
Why would you put a dog? Why would you put a cow in a gas chamber?
You put pigs in gas chambers.
Why would you put a pig in a gas chamber?
Because it's the most it's the easiest way to kill them. They put them in CO2 gas chambers, including in Canada, mostly in Canada and UK. 85% of pigs are killed in gas chambers.
They're tasty.
Yes, all of a sudden you're justifying gas chambers and saying that somehow that's okay.
I don't think
because of your
I live
taste
in Canada,
pleasure.
and I have.
What would you call a
researched some of
person
this.
that says it's okay to abuse animals for pleasure?
That's not okay.
But you just
Well,
did.
we're not doing it for pleasure though. We're doing
You
it for
said for taste
sustenance.
pleasure.
No, we're doing it for
You
sustenance.
can get sustenance from eating plants. Don't bullshit me.
I cannot get.
I need to go. We need to
Oh,
go.
we gotta go. All right. Sorry, I would
Please
love
stop
to debate this
abusing
more.
animals. Please stop
I do
abusing
not
animals.
about. You know what? That is not okay. I
You
cannot
still,
abuse
you are,
animals.
you do.
I go to the grocery store like everybody else and buy my food.
Yeah, and you pay for
So-
animal abuse.
I also have worked on a farm and dealt with chickens and dealt with cows and
Yeah, so
horses
you,
and everything
how many
else.
animals did you slaughter?
I slaughtered none because I get sent away to do that.
Okay, why didn't you slaughter animals?
I've watched it. It's kind of funny.
It's funny to watch animals slaughter. Hello, everyone. She
Yep.
said it's funny to watch animals slaughter. Tell me more.
Have you
what's
ever watched a
what's
chicken
fun?
get its head cut off?
Yeah, tell me
The
what's
chicken
funny.
feels no more. But
Tell
it's
me
still
what's
a
funny
term.
about cutting the throat of an animal.
Cutting the throat. Who said cutting the throat? I said a chicken
Cutting
getting its
their
head cut off is
Where
funny.
do you cut it? The throat.
No, at the neck.
That's the. Jesus Christ.
It has no head. How's it going to feel?
You think it's funny to kill innocent animals?
I was like 12 when I saw that, so yeah, it was funny at the time.
Yeah. Is it funny now?
I don't think I would do that. I think I would find a better way to euthanize an animal before I did that. But there are.
Kill an animal.
Yeah.
Don't use euphemisms to make yourself feel better.
I'm
Use
not
the
doing
actual term.
euphemisms to
Yeah,
make myself
euthanize
better.
is a euphemism to make yourself
No,
feel
it's still the
better.
same thing.
Because no, euthanizing would imply that you're looking after their interests. You're not. You're doing it for your own
So
selfish
because
pleasure.
you're a vegan, you think you should.
No, because I'm an animal rights activist is why I'm telling
But
you
you
this.
think you should
because
push
I'm
your
No,
thoughts,
not at
not
all. Let me
others.
explain it to you. Me being vegan means I don't do these things to animals. But I'm an animal rights
that is
activist
your
because I tell
opinion.
other
That is-
people to respect the rights of animals, which you are not. If I would be a human rights activist, I would tell people who do the same things you do to animals, to humans, I would tell them to also stop. And they might say, but why are you imposing your views on me? No, I'm fighting for their rights. I'm fighting for the rights of animals. I'm not imposing my views on
So a
that.
city
You are
full of
violating the
cows-
rights of
A
animals.
city full of cows.
Yeah, see,
would
there
be
you go,
much
strawmanning the
more-
argument all
would
of a
be
sudden.
much
Do you know what a
more-
strawman argument is?
Whatever. You are not.
Do you
gonna
not?
listen
You
to
don't know what a
anybody else's
strawman
opinion.
argument is because it's a logical fallacy that you're committing constantly. Stop abusing animals, okay? Wow, this is the corner, everyone. I knew it coming here. I need to change the battery. It's insane, huh? It's insane. It's insane. You were patient for so long? Yeah, I was pretty patient. Imagine the nonsense. She didn't like the truth, yeah. She's like, who gives them in gas chambers? You pay for it. But they're tasty. What the fuck? So it's okay to put individuals in gas chambers for taste? The fuck are some people thinking? But this is called motivated reasoning, what she was doing. Hey S1, nice to see you here. Title of the clip, I am Canadian, no? David, I was thinking about you. I don't know if you heard that. I said that I have a friend from Canada who's a slaughterhouse inspector. Somebody loved that she trolled me, said somebody. Well, you're not loving that she trolled me. You're loving that she trolled the rights of animals because you no longer feel as bad about you violating the rights of animals. Maybe you should still feel pretty bad if you're violating the rights of animals. Chip is one of the most miserable people on YouTube. Even if that were the case, first of all, I don't think that's the case, and that's a very you're disregarding a lot of people suffering from a lot of illnesses and diseases who are in fact on YouTube. But even if that were the case, let's assume that I am the most miserable individual on YouTube. How would that prove anything other than, I don't know, I don't like myself or something? How would that make anything that I'm saying any less valuable? Blaming consumers for the horrors of the industry is hilarious. Well, I'm blaming consumers because they choose to pay for them, right? Blaming like the industry that you call the industry, right? Like this whole idea is like this, right? We understood that it's wrong to blame consumers for the energy use, right? And it's true, it's wrong because the energy companies get most of the monies from governments, not from us, right? So it's wrong to blame consumers for it because in fact we need systemic changes and we need governments to align with consumers or with what consumers want. And that is true. But when it comes to the food, these industries get a lot of money and most of their money from us. So we are in fact responsible for it. So if we don't like what an industry is doing, we can just stop paying for it. It's as simple as that. Because in this particular situation, this industry depends on exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of sentient beings. And we can always choose to stop. It's as simple as that. Should we blame Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah. They're literally subsidized. Yeah, they are subsidized. But most of their money is coming from us. Subsidies don't go to the, like you don't think that governments pay for everything. They give a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of it is subsidized depending on the country. but most of their money come from you. And even the subsidies are coming for those products because of the demand that you create. So it doesn't matter. And even if, let's say, none of that was true, how can you morally justify creating demand? How can you morally justify creating, like demanding the exploitation and slaughter of a sentient being when there's absolutely no need for it? There's no need. People gotta eat meat, it's in our DNA. No, it's not. We don't have to eat meat and it's not in our DNA. So none of that is true. Do you get sick of talking about veganism and repeating the same stuff over and over? I don't, no. In fact, a lot of the times I try to speak about it differently. You guys want to have a conversation? In favor of one's own species is in a bigoted sense. Well, not really, because you're not in favor of your own species when you choose to consume animal products. In fact, it's worse for humanity and worse for a lot of humans, the fact that you consume animal products. You just choose to do it for your own selfishness. You want to have a conversation? So no, it's not for it's humanity. Don't you know what? Don't what do you call it? No, I'm missing the word, but it's not for humanity. That's okay, you know, like there will always be a lot of people on the chat. So to people who are listening, to all those people who are listening and are seeing people in the chats trying to justify the oppression, abuse, and slaughter of animals, I'll tell you right here, right now, we get a lot of people. We get a lot of people coming on and off in this chat. We get a lot of the same people coming in here only to push their agenda. Why? Some of them are industry shills, some of them are farmers, and some of them simply do it out of their own ego, what they're doing. But I just hope that the people are listening, listen to this. The reality is we don't need to consume animal products. You don't need to trust me on this one. You can look it up. We don't need to do it. We have alternatives that are, a lot of the times have better health outcomes for us and are cheaper. And all you got to do is make a change. That's all it is. And it's a little change for you. And in the process, you will no longer be exploiting and slaughtering sentient beings. You want to have a conversation with me? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Live, yeah.
Okay. You want to come here so that you interview? What's your name?
Yuval.
Yuval, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Yuval?
I'm from Athens. Athens.
Athens?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What brings you here to Amsterdam?
What?
What brings you here to Amsterdam?
Actually, the culture, and just wanted to get away from. Let me watch and see.
Okay, that's cool. I've been to Athens once. I like the Acropolis. I visited that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I visited too, but it's not, you know.
There's always something to see in Athens. I feel like there's a digging site everywhere. Something.
There is, and it's kind of a scary place.
It's kind of a scary place.
Yeah,
Is it not very safe? Or what?
No, it's in the middle, in the city center. There's a lot of homeless people and sick people. It's just sitting on the sidewalk, and it could be scary.
That's sad. So I'll just get to it. I'm an animal rights activist. How do you feel about animals?
I love animals.
You love animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we can love animals while at the same time eat them?
Yeah, it's a hard question. Yes, no, yes, I can. I love animals. I love cats, dogs.
Would you eat cats or dogs?
No. I do love cows, and I do eat cows.
How does that work? Like, if I said I love women, would you expect me to pay for somebody to kill women so that I can eat them?
To kill?
Because in order for you to eat cows, right,
No.
they have to be killed.
Yeah. So does it actually mean that I don't love cows? When
Well,
I see
if
a
I
cow,
were the cow, I
when
would
I
say
see,
you hate me.
Yeah. It's.
If I were in that perspective and somebody said, I'm going to pay for somebody to cut your throat, even though I don't need to do it, I'm just going to pay somebody to do it because I've always done it and I just couldn't be bothered to change. And I'd feel like you must really hate me to say that you're going to pay somebody to cut my throat.
Yes, I think that's right. but I still do it. I cannot explain why you're still doing it, because I know the consequences, and I know what was happening, and how the meat got into the box and into the, like, how it got there. But I think it's kind of ignoring, like
You're actively ignoring it.
actively ignoring. Yeah.
But do you think you need to do it? Let's start there.
Yeah, I need to what
To consume animal products.
No, like need to. There is a lot of how do you say this? Products in replacement products.
Yeah. There's a lot of alternatives, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do it. Yeah, but I love the taste. I love the when I eat. I don't eat a lot of meat, like once a week, something like this, and it's good. It's tasty.
But when we say I love the taste and therefore it's okay to cut your throat,
No, it's not okay to cut your throat. You're right.
Like, isn't it a little bit like we're saying my pleasure, my 10 minutes of pleasure that I get from eating you is worth more than your whole existence, right? Because when we're making this choice, that's what we're saying, right? With our choices, do you really think that's something you want to say?
No, it's not something I want to say.
So, I guess it's just something you've always done, right?
Yeah, it's just from age, I think whenever my parents could give me, like wasn't a problem. My dad does this bolognese, and it's like very, very good.
You can make it with plant-based meat.
Yes, of course, but it was always like this.
Yeah.
From day one, I know this dish like this, and this is what we eat at home.
Have you ever considered going vegan and not putting animals in this position?
Vegan, no. Vegetarian, yes.
But do you know why I say vegan?
Because of eggs and honey and
Dairy.
dairy.
Do you know what happens, for example, for dairy?
Yes. Yes.
Can we just go through it? Like, why do you think cows produce milk?
Nah, but no. I get what you're saying. I think this is my opinion, and this is your opinion.
No, I've never mentioned my opinion on anything.
Okay. So.
I just ask you questions.
I'm gonna think and go away with thoughts about what you just said.
Well, let me just put it this way, right? So imagine you're the victim, and I speak to the person who's committing an injustice towards you. You're about to go in line right now. Somebody's about to cut your throat, and this person says, "I'm gonna think about it. Thank you for raising it to my attention that he needs to live, that he wants to live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about it, and I'll see if I cut their throat or not." Would you accept that?
I wouldn't, but this is what I'm about to do.
Obviously, you need to think about it, right?
Yes.
I just want to be clear about what I'm explaining to you, because this isn't my opinion or anything.
No.
If you're going to continue buying animal products, including milk or cheese or eggs, animals are going to be exploited and slaughtered for you, right? They're going to be killed.
Yes.
And if you don't want that to happen to you, I don't think we can ever justify it by simply because we've always done
You think
it, right?
when I stopped consuming meat
Yeah.
and dairy and the whole operation of making meat, making milk stops and cease to exist? When I stopped drinking milk and having steak?
Well, some animals won't longer be put through that, yeah. The operation won't stop, but
No,
some
it will.
animals will stop.
They make in large doses, more doses than
So they'll make a
people
little
can,
bit less, yeah.
than people can eat.
So they'll make a little bit less.
But it doesn't. They don't.
It does. There's a calculation, 100 animals each year. You
100?
impact 100 animals each year. You could be no longer be
All
oppressing.
around the world.
Yeah, all around the world, obviously, because I don't know
100
where
animals all around the
per
world
person.
per person. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
per year.
when you eat all day meat?
When you eat animal products, and depends on how much you eat, of course. There's people who will have 300 animals per year. There's people who have 50 animals per year, right? It depends how many animal products you eat, but there's a lot of animals that are killed for you, specifically for you. And you can, and I understand that if you change, it won't change the system. First of all, you have no way of knowing that. Maybe your change could trigger the change in the system. You never know that. If everybody said that, how the fuck would we ever change the system anyway?
Maybe.
First of all, and second, you know, even if that doesn't happen, you change the life of some animals. After all, if I can't stop all the murders happening around the world, but if I stop the ones who's murdering you, you will be eternally grateful and you would value that. So why wouldn't an animal value their life if you no longer pay for them to be murdered? Right?
I think this interview is, you ask questions that meant for me to sit here and stand here and like I'm shocked. I cannot answer you. But
what do you mean you can answer me?
no, I cannot, because everything you gotta point. Like everything you gotta. I
the
say
whole
this,
thing,
you
yeah.
say this. I say this, you say this. Okay, like.
But do you think there is a moral justification for killing animals?
No, I think
So then,
so. A lot of things happens. People die.
but you don't pay for that to happen for your pleasure, do you?
Me, no, but
But you pay for animals to be killed for your pleasure.
no, I don't pay for them to be killed. I pay for eating them.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
your pleasure, for taste pleasure.
Yes, yes, and
I don't get, like, why
No,
are
at
you
the-
getting defensive now?
because at the start of the conversation, I was like, okay, I'll think about it. Okay, like I'll walk away from here and I'll keep it in mind, and maybe it actually affected me. You said something, I don't remember what, but it was like, oh shit, oh you're right, okay, but I don't think I'm gonna go vegan or vegetarian anytime soon. I think I'm gonna go because I don't see a end to this interview.
Because you realize, do you at least acknowledge that what you're doing is bad?
What am I eating meat?
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
You
Yes.
acknowledge that
Yes, I can acknowledge.
that,
Yes.
that it's immoral?
Yeah, you're killing something and
So
eating
why
it.
continue doing it? This is what I
See,
don't understand.
this
I'm
is
trying
why
to
I
understand.
get,
Why continue
This
doing
is why I
it?
get defensive, because I told you I don't want to continue. And
You can always leave, you know. The animals cannot
so
leave
what?
from your choices, man.
so right now I'm leaving.
Go
And-
ahead and leave. Just
Yeah.
be aware that animals cannot leave from your choices. They will always be forced into slaughterhouses for you.
I'm aware. Have
They
a
will
nice
always
day.
be forced into slaughterhouses for you. I hope you acknowledge that you no longer want to exploit animals at some point. Wow. Imagine that. Hey, Miss Katie, nice to see you here.
Yo tengo algo con una amiga. Compartado.
Triggered people today, Martin. Yeah, we get that. We get that. You know, I don't know what to do with people like that, but you know, I'm just gonna continue doing my thing. I'm just gonna continue fighting for animals, and that's okay. Chip, you couldn't convince shit. It's okay. I'm not trying to convince shit. I think I'm trying to convince people, not shit. But that's okay, you know. And even if it doesn't, I mean, you claiming that I couldn't convince shit, that just means you're triggered, probably. It's kind of insane that you just watching a conversation get triggered. But you know, there's people who came to the streams and were convinced to no longer be oppressing animals. Chip is an atheist by day and crossdresser by night. I sleep at night, bro. I don't know what you mean by that. But even if I don't know, wear a dress, what would that matter? You think me wearing a dress is bad? Oh my God. Talk about insecure people. Oh no, there's a man wearing a dress. Quickly. Be insecure. Be insecure. He's way too secure in his own masculinity by wearing a dress. You know what? When summer comes, I'm gonna be wearing dresses. Fuck you guys. That's it. I'm done with this shit. All this insecurity that you guys have. I'm insecure about my own choices. Muslim, not vegan and proud. You wanna have a conversation? It's about animals. Yeah, and when they have no arguments, they resort to saying just meat. So funny, man. So like, you gotta be able to laugh at the absurdity and sheer stupidity of it all.
TikTok. TikTok.
YouTube.
YouTube.
You wanna have a conversation?
No, I'm speaking.
It's okay. It's okay.
Italian.
Have a good one. That was kind of funny. I was just saying you gotta laugh at the absurdity of it all. And I know Albert Camus knew what he was saying. He definitely knew what saying. Absurdism is the way to go, man. Absurdism is the way to go. The absurdity of it all. I told those women they're gonna start defending what this person was doing, but they were so adamant of not being in that position that they started doing special pleading. VGABs are Zionists, I-guess. I don't know what you mean by that. You wanna have a conversation? Yeah, Camus was right. Right? Absurdism is for people who can't accept reality. Yeah, it's very difficult to accept that we live in a society where we oppress individuals because we claim that they're born in an unpreferable way, right? So yeah, maybe absurdism is adopted by people who want to change. You guys want to have a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. You want to come here so that you're in view?
Yeah, so what are you doing here? What do you
I'm
like to talk about?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah, what's your name? I'm
Oh,
Chip.
damn.
Mogs.
Claudia, nice
Claudia,
to meet
where are you guys from?
I'm from Wales.
I'm
Wales?
Spanish.
Wales and Spain. Do you live in Amsterdam? What brings you here?
I live in Amsterdam. He came to visit.
Okay. So I'm an animal rights activist. I
Okay.
fight for the rights of animals. So let's imagine that there's a person kicking a dog on the street. What would you do? Would you go ahead and help them kick the dog? Would you walk on by do nothing, or would you try to stop them?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious for me.
Probably say something to them.
Try to stop them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What if when you're trying to stop them, they say, I'm doing it for exercise. And the dog doesn't feel pain because I gave them a pill so that they don't feel pain. Would that be okay?
Not really. Like.
Well, it's exercise if I kick them then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But we need to exercise, right?
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, but
there's
not
many
by
ways.
like causing harm to others.
Okay. What if he killed the dog beforehand and he's just exercising on his dead body, like punching them?
The whole thing is pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
I think this is wrong from all.
That's wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. What if
I
they
mean,
eat?
it's disrespectful.
What if they eat the dog afterwards?
Like
Depends on the situation,
if they'd kick the dog and then they're eating it, it's still disrespectful. If their dog had lovingly died and they'd prepped
If they
it
killed
all
the
and they
dog.
had this whole ceremony and this whole thing and they really like believe in this
No,
and
but
they
if
eat
they
that
killed,
dog.
like.
But if you're doing it with bad intention and you're not very connected to this whole
What does
process,
doing it
no,
with bad intention mean?
Oh, I see how this is turning.
That's a complex. Bad intention.
If I want to kill an animal to eat them, is that
Yeah.
bad intention?
Well,
no.
If I know
No.
that I have other ways to eat, I have something else to eat, but I choose to kill an animal to eat them, is that bad intention?
I think I mean
No.
it's different depending on the intention from the beginning. We're talking about a dog, which to me the emotional bond that you have to a dog is from the beginning already quite different. To
But you don't have an emotional bond to all dogs, right?
No, but for some reason socially you do feel more bonded to like
Yeah.
pets than.
But should we make decisions like this based on feelings? Like whether to kill somebody or not? No, I have feelings towards them.
I mean, the reason I eat meat probably is because I don't have feelings towards those animals that I'm eating. Otherwise, it would be very hard for me to eat them.
But
So
it
would it be
depends
okay for
where
somebody-
you're
would it-
getting the animal from, what the process is. For example, at the moment, I've just made contacts where I'm living where they're culling deer in place.
Killing deer, yeah.
Yeah. or culling them.
Well,
So
that's
it's-
just a
so-
euphemism for something that is just as horrific. You're killing deer.
Yeah,
Culling is another
Yeah,
word
yeah,
for
yeah.
killing now.
You're killing the deer, but because we have no natural predators, all the wolves have been killed off in Britain. So there's places where all of the deer are overpopulated. So they go in and they kill some of the deer.
You know that
and
we
then
actually
I can
bring
go
deer
buy the
into existence so that we hunt them.
But that's not the case in the UK.
Oh yes, UK, Western Europe, and US.
It's not
Also,
quite.
I fail to see like
There aren't
why
any
would that be
hunting
fair
laws
towards
like that
them?
in the
Why would that
UK?
be fair towards the deer? They didn't destabilize the environment. We did. So if anything, we should be killing humans.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
We're doing
I
that
guess
too.
yeah, we
so.
also
So
do
you're in
that.
favor of killing humans? Just
No,
going
I'm
around
No,
people.
no, no, no. Don't change the
Yeah,
argument. No,
it's
I'm
not
not
the
in
same.
favor. I'm just saying that we are not the greatest species morally.
Sure,
Anyway,
but
you know.
like just to be clear, I'm not like we can go down this path, whatever. But
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here to fight for the rights of animals, right? We don't need
Which
to
is
consume
great,
animal
by the
products.
way.
We don't
And
need to
you're
consume
probably
animal
right.
products, right? And you're not responsible for the system that's in place, but you are responsible for the choices that you're making, which is through that system killing animals. So some animals are killed specifically for you because you make these choices. So how can that be moral when you don't need to make these choices?
So in the scenario I'm talking about, so there's loads of deer, for example, where I've just bought it from. There is a military base, right? And they leave the military base as a wilderness because they do training in there. Deer have gotten in there. They have overpopulated. There is no natural predator to keep the numbers down, so they start to decimate the other forms in the
You
environment.
eat dairy products. You don't
So
just
they-
eat that.
so
Come on.
they-
Like you want to go down this patch, which I can explain to you, but it's very complex, and then we go into this extremely complex situation, which isn't anyway the only situation you're in. You probably go into a restaurant here in Amsterdam, and you're going to be consuming meat anyway, or you consume the meat. It's not like you attach your whole belief system to this one situation where, again, it's very complex, but it's still unfair to the
But
animal.
that's how I sit at home, and that's how I get
Do
my
you
meat.
consume
That's
dairy
how
products?
I consume my whole thing at home.
Do you consume dairy products?
Now and again, occasionally, yeah.
consume
But
dairy
on the
products or
whole,
not?
no.
Do you consume dairy products?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you know what happens to cows? Do you know why cows produce milk?
I know where my dairy comes from.
So cow produces milk for their baby because they're pregnant. Do you think they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers impregnate them?
No, I mean that's pretty fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but also
Farmers
again,
impregnate them.
it depends on. I mean, it's not that I'm doing it like this.
Would
but
you want that to happen to you? So that somebody impregnates you?
No, for sure not.
Then
but
we take. Let me just go through this, and then you can say.
Yeah.
Then we take away the baby from the mother. Do you know why we do that?
So they
can
keep
keep
producing
producing.
milk, and then they can take
So
the
that we
milk.
can take as much milk as we want from them. Because if the baby stays with the mother, they drink the milk.
Yeah,
If the baby is born male, they don't produce milk. So what do you think happens to them?
No,
they kill them or no,
Yeah.
eat
Yeah.
them. I
And
don't
if the
know.
baby is born female, they stay separated from their mothers, and they get the same fate as their mothers. Repeated impregnation year over year, exploited babies taken away from them, exploited for their milk. And at the age of 6, after repeated impregnation, 6 or 8, they get killed. And cows can live 24 years. So why do you think they kill them that early?
Sorry, how do we think what?
Why do you think they kill them that early?
Oh, because it's more tender meat, which I don't particularly agree with.
It's cheaper to kill them than to keep them.
They just can barely stand up. They call them spent cows. They're not productive. They can barely stand up.
Yeah, this
they-
That's
they-
extremely
this is
sad.
not
I think
good.
we're both in the same boat there.
Yeah, but if you buy dairy products, this is what you're paying for. This isn't a one-off situation or a industrial farming situation. I come from Romania. I saw it in my grandmother's backyard. It happens everywhere. My grandmother had only one cow and she did that. Like it's not a isolated thing. It's the only reason why they produce milk. It's for their babies. And if farmers want to make at least a dime of money, or even like a cow eats 30 kilograms of food per day of grain. So that's a lot of food. So if they want to justify keeping them for so long, the cow has to produce. So they repeatedly impregnate them, and after a while, their biological beings, their body just gives away. So it happens everywhere. So how can we justify buying dairy products now?
Well, I think it's very difficult to justify it if you mostly buy from
Right,
For sure. Yeah.
also like big corporations and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I certainly try not to do. I mean, I don't drink milk. Cheese is the one thing that I will get now and again.
It's the same
And
thing.
butter, yeah. And I try and get organic, grass-fed, local stuff
Same
where they've
thing.
been treated like the best they can, but it's still the same thing, and it's not great.
You know, I think it's a very difficult path to go back to not consuming any animal products if you have grew up with it. I think there's like, I mean, of course, you can do it many ways, but I think it's baby steps, and I think some people is doing their best into what they.
So let's imagine that I explain to you now this injustice happening to women in Tanzania.
Hey, I know what you're trying to do.
And you're buying this product.
Yeah,
that
okay,
does
but stop
this.
it there. You're trying to make me be more empathetic with the situation.
No, I'm just trying to understand. No,
Which
I
am.
Even, I actually am not trying that because I'm just trying logically to explain to you, right? Because when it comes to an injustice that's happening to somebody who we agree it's an injustice towards, we instantly, if we found out that we were participating in this injustice, we would stop instantly. We wouldn't say, I'll take baby steps. I'll only exploit a couple more women. I'll only exploit a couple
But
more.
we are
right?
seeing like war happening in front of our eyes, like the Holocaust, and also it's still happening. You know, like even though we know.
Yeah, but you're not paying.
What
for
are we doing
the
about
only
it?
thing, the only difference is that in this particular situation, you
No,
have the
we are
option to
paying
not
for
pay
it because we're paying taxes.
Yeah, but you
and
don't
our
have the
taxpayer
option to not
money
pay
goes
taxes.
into, especially in the
Do you have the
UK,
option to not
into-
pay
It's a very
taxes?
difficult conversation.
Do you have the option to not pay taxes? You don't. You get put in jail if you don't pay
Yeah, that's
taxes.
different.
In this particular situation, you have a readily available option. You just don't buy that thing
Or
in
your
the
bank.
supermarket.
You put money. Do you have a bank account?
I do have a bank account. Of course
Yeah,
you have to.
and then what do they go and spend all the money that's on your bank account?
They might do something immoral, but that's the thing. What I'm saying, I'm not claiming like this nirvana fallacy. This is called the nirvana fallacy of saying, well, it's not perfect, therefore we shouldn't do it. Of course not. Like for instance, when women got rights, right? Take for instance that situation. Women got rights somewhere at the beginning of the 19th century, right? Well, when women initially got rights, they didn't have the right to vote. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have gotten rights in the first place. It wasn't perfect, but it was one step in the right direction. And in time, women got the right to vote. In
Hey.
time, we abolished the marital rape.
But that's
So-
what I was telling you before, just a second ago. Like I think
But just to
everything
be,
starts by being aware and doing those.
but no, because the
steps.
difference is a little bit different because the system took steps, individuals didn't. It's not about like we as individuals, we can't say I'm gonna take steps. No, the system will take steps. The system taking steps means every single person will do less or stop. But you as an individual, when you know you're doing something bad, you can't possibly justify it by doing it even once a week or once a month, can you?
Well, I guess it depends on how bad it is for your understanding.
It depends on how bad it is.
No, I mean I'm saying that you're right, but I don't think everybody understands it the same way, you know, or has
Doesn't
that
really
thought
matter.
impregnated like so.
It matters
well.
where your values are, because if you say it's bad and your values say that I won't want to pay for this, that you can always just choose to not pay for it. Right?
You're
Like there's
probably
no
right.
Agreed. Yeah.
there's no I'm not asking anybody on the street to be in danger, to be malnourished, to have any issues. I'm telling you that right now it's 100% possible and cheaper even to adopt a plant-based diet and no longer put animals in this position. It's as simple as that.
I mean, like the dairy stuff, agreed. Meat stuff, disagree. Meat stuff, I have no problem having a freezer full of a deer that has just lived a natural habitat, and then it's been taken out with a bullet as cleanly as possible, which
You've
is
never
a
been
lot
hunting, have you?
cleaner. I've not been hunting. I would love to, but the system in the UK is not set up for you to just go out and you go hunt. You
Would it
need
be
to have
different
specialists
if
to
you
go in
hunted?
and cull it. But
I
that
guess
way
it'd be
there
good.
has been a whole process. The humans are part of the ecosystem. Animals kill each other. You shoot it with a bullet, it's a lot better than a wolf going and tearing its guts
Yeah,
out.
so we've said a couple of things there. So first of all, yes, there's a lot of ways to do a bad thing, right? You can do a bad thing in a really bad way, or you can do a
But
bad
I don't
thing in a
think
slightly
hunting's
worse
a bad
way.
thing.
Well, hunting is a bad thing because if I started hunting you, would you consider it a bad thing?
It would be bad for me.
Yeah, there you
If
go.
it's
So
for
it's bad for the
survival,
vid.
it's very
But
different.
It's bad for, but it's not for survival.
Yeah,
That's
if
the whole
it
thing.
was not for fun, I
If it's
don't
for-
support for
But
fun.
it's healthy and
Right,
like
right.
my body
but
wants
not
to eat
for
that.
fun. You're not like
Yeah, I'm not doing it for
defending
fun.
that. You're doing it
It's,
for
it's for sustenance.
You're not doing it for sustenance, because for
Okay,
sustenance you
man.
can
Yeah.
eat plants.
I think
Come on, that's the
I'm-
whole thing.
I'm-
You're
And
picking
animals.
this, but you
Like-
don't need to eat animals. You don't need
No,
to.
but
you
to
don't
be
need to
very
kill this.
healthy and fit and healthy, like
I'm
yeah.
very healthy, bro. I'm
Me
very,
too.
very healthy.
Me too.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
so you
I'm
can be
gonna
very
go.
healthy. I'm a
I'm
nutritionist.
getting-
You don't need
I'm
to
getting
consume
wet.
animal products. Let me just give you a card.
I think you're doing a great
Just
awareness
just
job
please
here,
stop.
huh?
just
by the
please,
way.
like, there's a documentary here called Dominion. If you can give that a
Nice
watch.
to meet you.
Yes,
It
I'll
was
take it. Just
nice
1 second.
talking to you.
Can you please watch that documentary? It's called Dominion.
We will.
Okay. Until you watch it, no animal products. Can you do that?
Oh,
For the
okay,
animals. Do it
fair.
for the animals, not for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, you guys want to have a conversation?
Yeah, too.
Are you okay
And
being
bring-
live on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Hello.
Okay, let me
Hi,
just
we're here.
give me 1 second. Okay. What's your names?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
John. John.
Kim.
Kim. So I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna explain it to you very nicely.
Okay.
But you're gonna feel like I'm your enemy, okay?
Okay.
Just
well,
remember,
we'll
I'm not your enemy, okay?
Alright.
I'm an animal rights activist.
Oh, okay,
I
I
fight
love
for the rights of
animals.
animals. Okay. A lot of people say they love animals.
Yeah.
But then
Then
they
I just ate one.
then they turn around and they say that killing some animals is okay.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay. So is it okay if we kill an animal even though we don't need to?
No. No.
No. Okay. Do we think we need to kill animals today for food, for entertainment, for clothing, or cosmetics?
For food.
I think if you kill an animal, if you hunt an animal with not a gun, but like an bow and arrow, like native indigenous style, and then you use the entire animal for sustenance and clothing and all the things, that is part of the cycle of life.
So if I can go into a supermarket, get my sustenance for food without killing any animal, but I choose to grab a bow and an arrow and I go and hunt an innocent animal, I'm doing the right thing?
Depends on what you. Her point is, it depends on what you're going to do with that animal. Like if
Yeah.
you're going to use the animal for all its pieces and parts and everything
Yeah.
like that.
We
and
can all
food-
agree that humans are animals, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if I choose to do the same thing, I can go into a supermarket, I can pick a meal or anything for sustenance, a clothing, everything that I could get from that animal, I can go into the supermarket and get it. But I choose to get a bow and an arrow and I go and hunt a human to wear their skin, to eat their flesh.
Yeah.
Would that be immoral? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay?
Yeah.
To hunt humans?
As long as you're, why not? Why is it different than hunting animals?
It's not different, but that doesn't mean that hunting animals is okay. Like we shouldn't, just to be clear, we shouldn't start with the conclusion we want to eat or consume animals, therefore we should therefore we need to reach this conclusion, so we start saying that hunting humans is okay. We should say we
Well, we
should
are
put it under
overpopulating the
scrutiny.
planet a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
if
I
there's
get
too
that.
many
You're-
deer.
You're taking it to a different level. Yes, I understand. I think, but the problem is all the stuff in the store, half of it comes from the animals. So the question is if you're going to go get your food and stuff like that in the store that isn't from animals, then yeah, of course that's it's wrong to go kill animals for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to see that way if you because indeed we live in a society where we consume animal products, right? Like that's the reality of it, and it's not very the way I see it. We can also think that there were times back in our history when we lived in society where there were other injustices happening, like for instance, women not having rights, like for instance, black people
Oh,
being
do we have
enslaved.
rights now?
I was going to say.
I mean, you do have at least more rights
More.
than
Yeah,
men.
apparently, so
I'll
they
give you
say.
that. I completely agree that I sometimes speak
Okay,
for
can I
women's
ask you
rights
this
also.
though?
Yeah.
Is it okay for the lion to kill the gazelle?
Well, if the lion needs to do it, then the lion can do it. If you need to kill an animal, I don't have a problem in it. If I
Okay.
need to kill a human, I don't have a problem with that,
Yeah.
right? Necessity is a different thing. In situations of necessity,
Okay.
you can justify doing a lot of things that we wouldn't normally justify doing it. But that's my whole point. We don't need to kill animals. We don't need to use them. And for instance, just to be clear about what I mean, dairy consumption, milk, we see it as the most innocent thing happening, right? But the reality of why cows produce milk is the same as why a woman produces milk for their baby.
Right.
That's right.
So farmers, they don't just wait around for the cow to get pregnant. They impregnate them, which is already in my book like a problem.
Right.
Us impregnating animals as we
Yeah.
want to. Then when the babies are born, they take them away from their mothers. Do you know why they do that? Why farmers take the babies away?
Because they don't want them taking all that milk.
That's right. You're amongst the few people who get it, but that's the truth, yeah. Because if the baby stays with the mother, they would drink the milk.
Sons of bitches.
If the baby is a male, they don't produce milk, so they're not really useful.
Kind of
Killed.
like baby girls in China back in the day.
So I guess what's the point? Are you
yeah,
vegetarian or
what is it?
vegan?
I'm
Like,
vegan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So that
I
means
just explained
plants
there.
too, right?
No,
What about
that's
plants?
all he eats.
So plants. So what's the argument that you have for a vegan? What do they call it that don't eat plants either? Like that everything's alive.
Well, I gotta
Well,
eat
you
something.
have to
Right.
eat
Well, that's my
something.
point is
Yeah.
right. So
There are people
where's
like
the
that.
line of alive? Is an animal so? animals, all animals.
It's not about being alive, right? Like, because we have no
Animals are
problem.
plants.
We have no problem washing our hands, which kills bacteria.
Sure.
We have no problem
Okay, yes.
of, I don't know, taking a shit somewhere and leaving it there, not knowing what happens,
Funny,
and
we
there's a
just
lot
had
of
a story
bacteria.
about that.
Yeah. So that's a lot of life, right,
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. It's not about life. It's about being an individual,
Yeah.
right? And what makes an individual is having a brain.
Yeah.
That's specifically it, but specifically being sentient. It means they have an experience of life. That's what
Yes.
an individual means.
So you don't think plants have
don't.
experience life?
No, because they don't have a brain, and we know sentience is an emerging property of brains.
Okay, but how about this? Because I'm allergic to vegetables and fruits,
Which vegetables?
all of them.
Uncooked
Like
vegetables.
I can't have anything raw.
You don't have to have them raw.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But also, I like meat. I need meat. So how
Well,
do
I like it or I need it. Which one is it?
both.
I don't think you can.
Well, I'm a
I
type
don't-
O blood type negative, and there's all kinds of research that shows that we have this need for meat differently than others.
I'm sorry, but I'm a nutritionist. Diets based on a blood type are pseudoscientific. They're not valid.
okay.
But let me just put it this way. I don't want to debate the how to become a vegan because we have ChatGPT, we have Google, we have readily available sources. I will give you resources to help you with that. In fact, access to a free dietitian to help you with that. But before we get to how, I think a lot of the times it's very important the why, because when we know if we want to do something, we'll find a way to do it, right? So
If we're forced to, you absolutely have to.
yeah, say it again.
So especially if you're forced to. Like if you're forced to take away all that stuff, then humans will find a way to survive.
Yeah, yeah.
One way or the other.
That's the biggest thing. Like I think, like a lot of the times we think that the reason why we are so dominant in this world is because we're intelligent. It's not. It's because we're adaptable, right? We adapt to all the situations, and that's the whole biggest thing about humans.
But I think part of living with nature, right, what we should be doing rather than man, notice it's the man, not him, but men, dominating the environment, trying to own it and be in charge. I think if humans are how we're supposed to be and we're integrated with our environment and working with it and living off it, we are meant to do that.
Well,
we are
actually,
meant to
no.
live off of the planet.
We have studies showing that for the environmentally specifically, obviously it's monumentally better to just eat plants in the first process, because if we bring animals to life, we have to feed them, and we feed them a lot more plants than we would otherwise eat. So we bring to life.
No, but that's saying if we manufacture it, like that's okay.
No, in any situation.
I have a farm. Well, if they just exist for food, like in the.
But that's the trophic chain, right? Like that we've known that in nature the trophic chain exists. The trophic chain, the food chain, or what we call it. It's not the purpose to show power in an ecosystem. It's the whole purpose is to prove that the energy that the animals get that eat the plants get a lot more energy than the animals who are on top. That's why it's a pyramid a lot of the times. So there's so much wasted energy if you eat animals that eat other animals, or that if you
That's
just
an
eat
interesting
animals.
way to look at it. I was always looking at it in the reverse, where there's so many of them because they are the prey. They are what's eaten, so they have to produce
It's because
more.
of the energy. That's the whole reason. It's how the food chain. It's a trophic level. It's the purpose is to show how energy flows. And in fact, if we all, for example, if everyone on this planet would be just consuming plants, we would have more green space, and we could feed the whole population if the population of Earth reaches 10 or 15 billion with less land usage. So it would be monumentally better. But as I said, I'm an animal rights activist. I'm also an environmentalist, so I'm passionate about that, but I'm an animal rights activist. And I just think that even if that weren't the case, I still don't think we should be killing and eating animals, because
But if we need to, that's okay.
if we need to, I would be okay with killing and eating humans. That doesn't mean I'm not for human rights, right?
Right. That's how I feel too.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
So you don't think that humans per se were born to be carnivores?
Omnivores.
We're
We're always omnivores.
We're omnivores, but that just means we can be
We can
healthy
choose.
and both. Yeah, we can choose. It doesn't mean we have to eat both. And we have, like, even if hypothetically speaking, we would think that somehow we have to be this. In reality, we have studies showing that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet. Yeah, like long-term health studies also, right? So it doesn't really
part
matter
of
what.
it gets to, right? So I guess I want to get to, where is it you're trying to get to here, right?
That we should all be vegan, including you.
Okay, so even if we go to become vegan, right?
Yeah.
To start that, we live in America. So our vegetables aren't really that healthy, actually. They're also mass produced. And
It
so
doesn't matter.
there is a time, well, it does, because there's a ton of salmonella, there's a ton of outbreaks that
Do you know where that comes from?
that comes from them doing a shitty job taking care of our food.
No, so salmonella comes actually from the animal
Feed.
agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They mix it.
Yeah, it's because they mix it. Yeah, it's true. It's because a lot of farmers.
So that's
It's
where
because they do it in the same processing
Right.
unit. Yeah.
But to me, I guess I'm wondering if you have thoughts on what is that bridge to get there? Because the bridge is getting us back connected to nature more. It's obviously not going to happen overnight. Even if everybody went vegan tomorrow, we still have hundreds of thousands of cows running around. What do we do with those? How do we get
But-
people to make this
so I don't
shift?
know.
Where
I don't
do
know.
they get their food?
If everybody would go vegan overnight, I don't know what would happen. I don't have a good solution enough, and I would probably need to think about it. But
Yeah,
the more reality of it is that that's a very unrealistic scenario. The reality is that probably as more people become aware of their choices, more and more people become vegan, and that means less animals are brought into existence to be exploited for us. So therefore, yeah, we would have less animals. If at some point we reach a critical mass of people who are vegan, who can enact laws and say what we do to animals is fucked up, just like we did, because not everyone's a feminist, but everyone's forced to respect the rights of women. So if we reach a point where most people agree that we should respect the rights of animals, we can force the people to respect the rights of animals by enacting laws. So when
Did you
we
just
reach
compare
that critical
women
mass,
to animals?
I just compared an injustice
I
to
know.
another injustice,
I know,
right?
I'm teasing.
So we can be forced to enact those laws. So there will be some animals left over. I won't say no. We can put those into sanctuaries. We can take care of them. We are subsidizing animal agriculture
it
so much
sounds
that we
like
have money.
you are for. It sounds like you're for the rights of the animals that we're bringing into this world just to eat us, as opposed to the ones like the squirrels and the pigeons.
I'm against the exploitation of animals, to be clear. Right? I'm against the exploitation of animals. It doesn't mean just the animals that we farm, also the animals that we hunt, also
Yeah.
the animals that we use for fur. In fact, I'm going to go to a fur protest now soon.
Oh,
so,
cool.
I'm against all forms of exploitation of animals because all of it is just as cruel, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times I ask people if they're walking down the street and they see somebody kicking a dog, what would they
Oh
do?
my God, I'd fucking kill them.
Everyone says I would try and stop them, right? But then this whole idea of kicking a dog is wrong. But then I pose it: what if the dog doesn't feel pain? What if the dog is already been killed before? Everyone says no, it's still wrong. But the minute I say what if they eat them afterwards, everything changes, because we seem to have this mentality that if we eat them afterwards, we can kill them. We have no problem. The injustice that we did beforehand gets erased because we eat them afterwards. But in reality, it's all optional to us. Even the food.
Yeah, I hear
not
what
food.
you're saying.
That food.
I
Food
hear
is
what
not
you're
optional.
saying. I hear what you're saying.
Cool.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And I wish you luck.
Well, I'm gonna give you cards.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that every time we make these choices, I'm gonna give you 3 cards. You're 3 people, 3 cards. Hell yeah.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
keep in mind that when you make these choices, innocent animals are exploited for you, and
Yeah.
you can always choose something else. And I urge you to watch this one thing here called "The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear." It's a really good video. You can watch it all as a family. It's not gruesome or anything, and it kind of teaches you about eggs, milk, honey, all of it, and then you can make an informed decision whether you want to be part of it or not. If you don't want to be part of it, you have all the resources there, including, as I said, access to
Yeah.
the dietitian for free. Okay?
Great.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure
Can you
to
promise
meet
me
you.
you'll watch that video? I
Yes.
just want you to
We'll
get
watch
informed.
it. I'll make them watch it.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers. Yeah, when there's a family, I'm a little bit more nice to people, you know, and I'm not gonna. Salad for girl, thank you so much for the 11.11 euros. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, you know, it's Oh, I can't. I have to end because I have to go to the protest. Speaking of. Oh God, not this idiot. I don't see any idiots. I don't know who you mean. Marissa. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now to a fur protest. I'm gonna end this stream and then start another stream. So we're gonna be seeing that. If you've enjoyed the stream so far, remember to hit that like, subscribe. I do this often, but this week has been a little bit awkward. Yeah, Linda. Yeah, thank you, Draculon, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm not gonna leave just now. I'm gonna stick around for maybe 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna leave. It's let's see some people in the chat. Chip just showed how hypocrite he is by changing what he said about the food chain. I never said that the food chain's purpose is to measure how energy flows in an ecosystem. How? That's the whole point. And I said that we're somewhere, I think our trophic level is 2.2 or something. Jesus Christ, bro. Some of you people, like, don't even listen to what I'm saying. You barely listen, and then you start making statements that I'm not saying something good. Somebody said they love me. Log is here. Thank you. I love you right back. What's your age? I'm 38. But I'm pretty tired today, as you can see on my eyes, yeah. I've been tired, actually. The past couple of days, I've been tired. I've been staying late for no particularly good reason. I've been going down the loophole of doom scrolling, which I fucking hate. So I need some, that's why I said I need some structure. I need to stop doing that. People are intellectually lazy, completely agree. You could pass as 50. Thank you. I do look very wise, you're right. I am very wise looking. I could easily pass as a person who's wise. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a good compliment. I appreciate it. Not a lot of people call me wise, but thank you for doing that.
No, it's not a
A European talking about oppression. Nice one. Yeah, a lot of Europeans are responsible for a lot of oppression being done, but if you're right here, right now, and you're paying for animal products, you are supporting a system of oppression. Not only that you're supporting a system of oppression, you are directly demanding the oppression of sentient beings. And in my drawing, you're young, apparently. Linda, that's a cool drawing. Linda, by the way, can I share your drawing? Biska says old and sick. Biska, I'm sorry to hear that you're old and sick, man. Maybe consider consuming plant-based products. Maybe you would be less sick in that process. I don't think you can stop being old. I think that's just something it happens with time. So I hope you stop. I hope you get better, man. If you're sick. Greetings from Harlem. Hey, nice to see you here in Amsterdam. Biska says not a man. Yeah, whatever you are, you know, man, woman, gender neutral, both, all of the above, doesn't matter. You know, if you're sick, I hope you get better. And as I said, with your condition of being old, it's just a state. It's not a condition, really. Luckily, I grabbed my gloves because it got cold with the rain. Hi.
Oh, you had a sign saying come and talk to you. Are you still doing it?
No, I don't have any more time. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm here to speak for animal rights, though. So.
Is that what it was all?
Yeah. Let me give you a card, though. Maybe you can see what it is that I'm. I don't know. Yeah, just finished. I have to go to a protest. That's why I'm. Here you go.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Cheers. My girlfriend has been vegan for years now, and I've cooked for her and had a few interesting conversations. That's cool. I hope you consider being vegan yourself. You know, being vegan is not necessarily about food. It is the biggest impediment, seems like, lightly. That's why I speak about it so much, because a lot of the times it is the biggest thing that people have an opposition to. Like if I tell people, hey, don't wear leather, a lot of people have no issue with that. But if I tell people, hey, don't consume animals, all of a sudden all of the reasons just come flooding in. And the reality is just as, like, animal products are just as optional as leather is. You don't need to wear leather, you don't need to consume animal products. So it's the whole point of it. And the point isn't about necessarily about the product itself, it's about the innocent animals in the process. Yeah. I think because people like meat. Yeah, I think so too. I think people, but I don't deny that people like eating meat. You know, there's a lot of people who like that. I used to like it also. The thing about it is, though, you don't stop because you don't like the taste or you don't like the texture or something like that. You stop because you acknowledge that what we do to animals is wrong. Yeah, being vegan isn't really about food, says Atomic. You didn't know that. Atomic, that's fine if you didn't know that. Yeah, being vegan means rejecting the exploitation of animals, you know? it's being vegan is to animals is what being a feminist is to women. If we lived in a world where we would, oh, you convinced her to be vegan. That's fucking cool. Let's go. Bravo. If we lived in a world where, for example, the oppression that we did to women was also accompanied by us eating them afterwards, like killing them and eating them, then obviously being a feminist. Oh, you guys are for the. Yeah. It would imply, not eating women. But I'm gonna go, everyone, because we gotta carry all the shit. Thank you, everyone, for being.